fam, that's what they call me. I promise that you'll never be lonely. Peter Pan, that's what they call me.
Hey fellow YouTubers, welcome to the Dustin Show. We're fixing to watch Georgia Bulldog versus Vanderbilt.
They're outnumbered in their own building by a big margin. Georgia and Vandy
I'm back.
in a Vandy tradition to get us started.
Are you watching it now?
Best of live TV and get thousands of top shows and movies on demand. Nobody does spicy chicken like Wendy's. And now, spicy nuggets are back. So all hail Queen of Spice. That's right, and get a free 6-piece with all orders through the app. I'm a tailgater tailgating to get to my tailgate. Now, it might not get me there any faster, but hey, it gets me ready for football.
Well, the Georgia fans the last couple of years have taken over everything from Notre Dame Stadium to the Rose Bowl to Wrigley Field. So it's no surprise that we would be in a sea of red tonight. Let's go down to the Georgia sideline. Cole standing by with Kirby Smart.
Coach Smart, when you have a quarterback like Jake Fromm coming into a season opener, how much more does that put you at ease as a head coach?
Well, you're never at ease when you got a lot of freshmen out there that haven't played, so it's never easy, but certainly better to have a veteran than a young guy.
You have emphasized havoc and creating havoc for your defense all off-season. How do you ensure that that becomes the identity of your defense tonight?
Play a game. We got to go play a game and find out where we are, and we've talked about it, but now you got to actually put the actions in place.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Phil.
Well, Jordan, as much promise as there is around this Georgia program, there are also questions.
I think the biggest question for me, Tom, is actually on the defensive side of the ball. Yeah, they got some spots to fill at wide receiver, but I like that group on the defensive side of the football. They have to find a dominant pass rusher, somebody that can beat the man when they need it on a third down. They're going to eventually go up against Tua if they want to compete for a national title. They got to get after the quarterback at some point. We'll learn a lot about that position tonight.
Here's a guy on the Vandy sideline that knows how to put together a defense. Derek Mason in his 6th season as the head man here in Nashville's West End. Took the Doors back to a bowl last season. He has re-energized his program. He has dominated the state of Tennessee. And believe me, that carries weight in this state and in this conference. Well, Nashville's a great town to be in if you own a hotel or a bar. You made a ton of money this weekend.
I'm watching the Georgia Bulldogs versus Vanderbilt college football game.
Including the speedy James Cook. Played by Brian Harrion a few steps ahead.
Here we go!
And we are underway in Nashville. Cook mishandled the kickoff, but will take a knee. So the veteran, Jake Fromm, the junior from Warner Robins, Georgia, at Houston County High School. He emerged on the scene of the big stage playing in the Little League World Series back in 2011. And he's been used to the spotlight for a while. Already a weapon so star.
He's a junior. He's got one more year.
College football playoff national championship. He has played in the biggest of stages.
The only question to me now is, how does this offense look? New offensive coordinator James Coley, he was the quarterback coach last year, but talking to Jake Fromm this offseason.
He's got one more year.
Brian Harrion will start the game at tailback, and Harrion rips one off straight ahead to pick up the first down. There is an embarrassment of riches in the Georgia backfield, and already we see...
Hell yeah, first down, brother.
Boy, what a way to start the game. The the left side of that offensive line, Solomon Kinley, Andrew Thomas just caved the entire defensive line for Vandy, who opened a huge hole.
655 pounds of beef on the left side. Swing pass to Cook. And James Cook is able to get to the sideline. Another positive play. Let's take a look at tonight's impact players, brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Get that cow.
DeAndre Swift, the leading rusher from last year's team. Meanwhile, on the Vandy side, Dio Odebangbo. Odegbo is a guy who can be a difference maker defensively.
And he's got to be. He's got the body type, the size that Vandy usually doesn't get and is able to recruit, but he's got to show up to all the hype that's been around him this last year.
Swift was a 1,000-yard rusher last season. Here's his first touch. It's a big one. 3 plays, a pair of first downs, and more yardage coming after the flag was dropped at the end. It's a run of 16.
Again, look at this giant hole on the right side. A great block there by center Trey Hill to hold off the point on that defensive line.
Oh, flag.
David Smith, the referee, a horse collar tackle. Attack on 15 more. Not the start Vanderbilt was looking for. The Doors are without one of their starters in the secondary, Frank Compton, one of their veterans. And at the end of that one, horse collar? Didn't see it because it didn't happen.
It's one thing we set down with Jason Tarver, the defensive coordinator for Vandy, is how to neutralize the big bodies of Georgia. Haven't seen a ton of slanting or stemming yet. Wonder if they start to go to that a little earlier than they wanted to.
Fromm hands it off again. Swift makes a miss again. It's another Georgia first down.
Fellas, they wanted to go inside zone to begin that portion, what we talked about in pregame, of imposing their will. I feel like the offensive lines
Yeah, I know, I'm recording.
than I saw a year ago. So the distance between center and guard and tackle, they seem to have cut that down a little bit more, sticking with more inside zone scheme.
I'll just
drive that
mute my
football right down the teeth of the Vanderbilt defense.
That's what they've done. Gains of 11, 7, 16, and 11 yards on each of the first 4 plays, respectively. Jake Fromm.
Come on, Georgia, get that first touchdown, baby.
On the end around. This is Tyler Simmons. And Simmons rips off another big one. A gain of 8. Deshaun Jerkins, a redshirt freshman safety playing for Coppin, came up to make the stop. If you're a Vandy, this is the worst possible start you can think of.
Vandy's already in their big set up front. Got 3 large defensive linemen trying to neutralize the size of Georgia, but I tell you what, when you can mix in the misdirection there with the speed that Georgia has, that's a tough recipe to handle.
Second and a short 2. Harriet fought his way back to the line of scrimmage. Right, Harriet might be the one guy lost in the shadows of this loaded Georgia backfield. Senior from Douglasville, Georgia. Used mainly in mop-up duty in years past.
It's the 3rd down.
3rd down 1. Straight ahead, first down. That line is a bunch of road graders.
It's really not fair. Honestly, the size of those guys up front, you saw it in the open there. What, 326 across the board? And that's probably light. Those big boys, they probably put the weight a little lower than it actually is on the stat sheet.
Yeah, I think they're a couple hot chickens above what they list. First and goal for Jake Fromm to throw it for the first time. Corner end zone, touchdown. Demetrius Robertson.
Touchdown, Georgia!
A machine-like march for Georgia. 8 plays, 75 yards, and they took 4 minutes off the clock. Rodrigo Blankenship for the point after. And Georgia, one possession into the season, picks up right where they left off. They haven't lost to a team from their division in 2 years. And they're up 7-0 after 4 minutes.
Sorry about that, guys. I have to make sure no commercials. Okay.
Jared, look at the safety. The only guy that can really help on this is the safety right here. But watch what that play action in the backfield does. The effect the run game has on coverage, especially this low. Actually, it wasn't even play action there. My bad. Man coverage, but still all eyes in the backfield after what Georgia was just able to do, running completely downhill all the way down the field, and a great pitch and catch by Fromm and Robertson.
They only faced 1 third down on their opening drive, and the Cal transfer, Demetrius Robertson, who had a tough time getting acclimated to the physicality of this new team and the expectations in Georgia. He's off on the right foot. Blankenship kicks it off. No return for Jamari Wakefield. And the biggest mystery surrounding this Vanderbilt team been who would lead him out, replacing Kyle Shermer at quarterback. It will be the transfer from Ball State, Riley Neal. Who's a Muncie, Indiana native, was playing for his hometown school. Neal,
I want to see how the Georgia
Georgetown just
defense
outside of
will do
Muncie. Pretty good
against the
freshman. He was
Vanderbilt
golfing a little bit. He had a
offense.
growth spurt between 9th and 10th grade. Tough to keep the shoes fitting properly then. And a grad transfer.
Did I say it right?
Well, he's got experience, and when you have the talent around the quarterback position that Vandy does, you just need the guy that can distribute the ball most efficiently.
Working towards his master's degree, and he's got some upperclassmen surrounding him that are very talented. Keyshawn Vaughn set a Texas Bowl record the last time he was in a game, and he yanks off a gain of 5.
I firmly believe you put Keyshawn Vaughn on any roster in the SEC, nearly any roster in the country, he's going to be in the conversation as a starter and best player on that team. He could play anywhere. But the problem tonight, this offensive line for Vanderbilt, all 5 guys are starting in new positions for the very first time. Keep your eye on how they handle that Georgia defensive line.
They had to shift some guys around due to injuries. Devin Cochran, the left tackle, is out, and that has created a monster shot.
Come on, Georgia.
Here's the tight end, Jared Pinckney. Pinckney trying to find his way through. He is swarmed immediately. J.R. Reed, maybe the most talented player on this Georgia defense. The senior from Frisco, Texas, came in to swallow him up.
J.R. Reed is the alpha of this defense.
Well, the Georgia Bulldogs swarmed his ass.
Keep your eye on him because Jared Pinckney, I think, is the most dangerous weapon catching the football for Vandy. So it'll be Reed that's pointing out where he is, how they're trying to...
Come on, Georgia!
Third down like this. Keep your eye on Pinckney. Right there in the tight slot.
Third down. We get this 4th down to be our ball.
Toss to Vaughn, needing 3. And he got it, I believe. Aziz Ojolari came in on the stop. And it is a Vandy first down.
Tom, that's going to be the cat and mouse game that we're going to see when Vanderbilt's on offense. Where is Jared Pinckney? How is Georgia shading or taking care of him? And oftentimes, Vandy might go in the opposite direction as we see our new pylon cam here with a first down marker. Look at the make.
Yep, got the line of game.
We got all types of gadgets now.
Play clock is at 2. It's at 1. It's at 0-0. This sounds odd to ask, but you played here in the stadium. You played in this conference. Is Vanderbilt going to have to go to a silent count at home?
I have to do it here multiple times. That's just the thing. When you got a city like Nashville, Everybody wants to travel to this game, and this game has been circled on the calendar of Georgia fans and probably nearly every other team on their schedule to come to this one. So yes.
Is that deflating?
Yes,
to
it
come out here on
absolutely
the
is.
stadium and have to do that?
100% to practice silent count, to practice crowd noise when you're at home, absolutely. But as Vanderbilt, you got to hit a couple big plays, hope you neutralize that noise early.
Big playability for Vaughn and Lipscomb especially. And this is Vaughn. Spun his way free for just two. Ojolari, the redshirt freshman from Marietta, in on the stop for the Dogs. Keyshawn Vaughn was a great running back last year. He's a bigger, thicker, stronger running back this year.
Tell you what, when we sat down with him, I looked at myself in the mirror after that, and I'm like, I got to get in the gym. Because this dude, he's rocked. I mean, his biceps, his chest, he can take the SEC physical toll, but he was really dynamic. Last 7 games of the season last year, he lit it up.
Here's Vaughn out of the backfield. And Vaughn, dragging dudes with him, takes it to the 40 for a gain of 8. Tate Crowder, the senior linebacker, who started the final 4 games last year for Georgia, whose season ended with consecutive losses.
I thought Derek Mason made an excellent hire bringing Tim Corrigan as running back coach from Auburn. He's coached some great ones. Gary McFadden at Arkansas, Kerryon Johnson at Auburn. I said, what's the similar trait with Keyshawn Vaughn? He said, Coleman's easy. Yards after contact. Guys, he told me before the game, 50% of his yards from a season ago came after contact.
Mark would know he coached 9 All-SEC running backs over 12 years between Arkansas and Auburn. They're down 5. Drops, now steps up, and gets taken down from behind. Nolan Smith, the talented freshman out of IMG Academy, able to get to him. It won't count as a sack, but Georgia's wondering where their quarterback pressures can come from. Nolan Smith might be the guy.
Yeah, they brought it from the backside to corner blitz. That's one thing Kirby Smart was harping on happening. We got to find ways to disrupt the football, get after the quarterback, create big momentum plays on defense. So the first chance on a third passing situation, we see a big-time blitz.
Harrison Smith on to punt it away. Sophomore from down the road in Franklin, Tennessee. Yaris Jackson inside the 5 to take a stab at it. And he's taken down from his second man. Great punt coverage by their Vanderbilt Commodores. A 50-yard punt, 54-yard punt. Only 6 on the return. Elijah Hamilton to stop.
ESPN College Football is presented by Hampton by Hilton.
Kipaloo, opening drive for Georgia. Everything was positive. And the running backs played a major hand in it. Of the 8 plays, 7 of them went to 3 different running backs. But at the end, it was Jake Fromm through the air, finding Demetrius Robertson. It's a Georgia team that lost a ton in the receiving corps, from raw numbers to leadership and production. And that's one of those questions we'll try to get an answer to. I'm not sure tonight's
If they need to, right?
Hello?
I mean, right now.
Hey, did you
Don't
get
fix
my
it,
drink?
keep running that football for Georgia, but yes, we do need to learn a little bit more moving forward about these receivers.
Okay. I
In
appreciate
motion,
it.
Swift in the backfield, Fromm pressured, and he lets it go incomplete. Let's take you back to the studio and check in with Matt Barrow.
Yeah, I know.
All right, 6:24 to go. Second possession for Georgia. We were asking ourselves during the break, what will Vandy do defensively? If they can get pressure on Fromm, that would be one answer.
Yeah, just a little delayed blitz on that one from Braden Levolt-Smith. Great job getting it, finishing it, but here we go. This is what Jake Fromm is best at, changing the play already at the line of scrimmage.
Vandy brings an extra defender. The pass is complete. Pat Landers is a guy that Jake Fromm told us in the spring would, quote, wreck the SEC. Now, the coaches are still waiting for Landers to show more consistency, but it seems he has take the lid off kind of talent.
I mean, he's 6'5", 200 pounds. He can run a 4.4 From right here, he saw the cushion. Vanderbilt given a lot of cushion on the outside, so he audibled the 4 verticals there, but on the outside, with that much cushion, it's just a 10-yard stop route. That's pitch and catch for a quarterback and a receiver like Landers.
First catch for Matt Landers in his career. Redshirt sophomore from St. Petersburg, Florida. They're going to reset the game clock. So Matt Landers, new to playing time for Georgia. Lawrence Cantor, a Miami transfer, new to the program. Demetrius Robinson, relatively new to the program after transferring in from Cal. And we'll see youngster George Pickens, who the coaches have been raving about as part of the Georgia wide receiving corps.
First down for Georgia.
2 tight ends. DeAndre Swift, the tailback. Swift slides his way through the left side. Another big gain. Again, the studio. Here's Matt Berry.
Well, we have a score in Arlington between Oregon and Auburn. The Ducks took the opening drive in for a touchdown. C.J. Verdell's got the Ducks up 7-0 early in the first over on ABC.
All right, Matt, thanks. 2nd and 1 now for Georgia.
Dangerous situation to be in here if you're Vanderbilt's defense. 2nd and 1. Empty backfield now. 5 wide receivers and a running back on the inside here for Fromm.
And now Harrion will join him in the backfield. Here's Harrion with room and great vision for the first down. Speak, if you will, of the value of Jake Fromm as a game manager.
Yeah, you know what?
Hell yeah, first down.
But let me tell you what's wrong with every single play. He can figure out what the defense is doing and change the play. Get him in the right situation. He protects the football. He's dynamic. So I don't know what's wrong with game manager. I think that's a positive thing when you're Jake Fromm, but he is so much more than that. He is talented. He's a competitor. Just watch him before the snap. Nearly every play communicating to his offensive line, changing the play, hand signals. I mean, it's Peyton Manning.
5-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio last year for Fromm. And he wants to throw here. Unloads a deep ball. The only question mark answer. Demetrius Robertson with a catch of 53 yards.
Woo! That was a good pass.
Flag in the area.
Flag on the play.
They're walking it back.
Oh my God.
Whoever's smart watching it on the big board, he's not so certain they got it right. Isaiah Wilson, 6'7", 340. The critics of Jake Fromm will say the deep ball is his biggest weakness. On chat with James Coley at the team hotel yesterday, he's preaching to Fromm that the deep ball is a touch pass, don't muscle.
Absolutely. I mean, the Jake Fromm is not built like your prototypical long arm 6'3", 6'4" quarterback. He's a little shorter in stature. He's a little thicker through the midsection. So he's got a tendency to grit some of those throws. He's a baseball player, you know?
Yeah.
He has a tendency to do that sometimes. The more relaxed he is, the cleaner the ball comes out, just like you saw.
So a rare negative play for the Dogs, 1st and 20. On a crossing, plenty of room for Robertson this time. The speedster who started his career on the West Coast rips off a 17-yard run.
Boy, Jordan, that one was big time because Vanderbilt runs a tackle-tackle twist to the inside of their defensive line. It was not picked up. I believe Jake Fromm saw that pressure coming from the right side, knew he had to distribute that football quickly.
The problem you get into if you're Vanderbilt pressuring a quarterback like
Get this first down, baby.
Don't hit home quick.
Get this first down.
2nd down and 3. Georgia, one of the best on 2nd down last season. And Harrion takes it straight ahead for a gain of 6. It's the only game of the night. Monday we'll have Ryan Kelly and 9th-ranked Notre Dame taking on Louisville. It's Scott Satterfield's debut for U of L. 80s 5 Pacific, Cardinal Stadium.
Unbelievable. Nashville is popping, man. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a Tuesday night, middle. Who cares what month it is? It is always alive.
Just setting up a screen. Landers cuts it back. Matt Lander's second catch, he's shown a little bit what he can do. It's a
Yeah,
gain
no,
of 15.
for not a first down.
Practice Saturday in Athens, Matt Landers looked like a guy who kind of disappeared at times.
Yeah, but he's an athlete, and let me tell you, watch. We talk about how big these offensive linemen are. Watch these guys get out here and get on blocks. All three. Left side of that offensive line, those are 330, 340 big boys getting out in the open field and laying blocks for Landers.
We mentioned the weights of them, guys, but none of them are tubby. I mean, none of them walk around like chewed up bubble gum. I mean, they're all put together.
What? Chewed up bubble gum.
We call that ABC gum. Here's Swift off the left side, a gain of 3.
It's like, Cole, if you guys saw me with my shirt off, you'd be like, man, that guy looks like a chewed up piece of gum and chewed on 2 legs.
No thanks. As good as they are, and with the critic rankings that they all came in with, how difficult is it game 1 of the season to be in synchronicity with the rest of your line?
It's always difficult, Tom, because practices have become limited. You know this because I've told you this 100 times. The only way to be a great offensive line is to do it against people that are trying to make you look bad and do it full speed in pads. Those situations have been limited across the board in college football through spring and the fall, and it makes forming continuity very difficult.
My guys coming to town wanting to play for Sam Pittman, their fine O-line coach. Here's Robertson. Georgia stretching the field end to end with some of that movement. He rips off a gain of 15. Another stop for Jerkins, the young safety.
I see tight end Charlie Werner here, number 89, getting out and getting ahead of Robertson on that play with a great block. Navy's having a tough time right now because Georgia is going downhill, and then the next play they're throwing a screen or they're getting on the perimeter, mixing up the play call very well early for a guy that hasn't done it in a while. James coordinator.
Yep, he was an offensive coordinator at both Miami and Florida State. Had a bunch of first rounders at quarterback when he was with Jimbo Fisher in Tallahassee. Here's James Cook. Cook's got the 10, 5,
touchdown, Georgia!
Georgia, a pair of scores. Cook takes it in from 18.
Just an embarrassment of riches right now. Everybody that touches the ball runs a 4-4 and is dynamic. And I tell you what, those last 2 plays, you might not see it on the couch, but they're going to see it in film. And Charlie,
I see a girl in a skirt.
Has sprung both those plays for a tight end that sometimes gets a little overlooked. Needs a little love.
Rob's the kind of guy to give it to him. Rodrigo Blankenship punches and through, didn't miss a point after last year. Perfect to start this season. The Georgia Bulldogs are off to a rollicking start here in Music City. Student sections and passionate fans like the Vanderbilt Commodores are awarding the best student section of the year. Go to ESPN.com/Taco Bell to see if your team made this week's rankings and see how your school can compete. Freshmen did the anchor dash on their way.
I'll be right back, guys.
Found their seat 16.
I'm gonna go get my drinks and I'll be right back.
Not exactly easy to get in.
Bo, you stay. You stay.
Tickets. This is the most expensive ticket on the secondary market in all of college football this week. Jamari Wakefield wants to return. He won't get a chance. We got a chance to go to the studio. Hello, Matt Berry.
Gentlemen, good evening. Time now for our All-State Mayhem moment. It comes from Michigan, Middle Tennessee State. Asher O'Hara. Michigan can't tackle. He takes advantage. 18-yard touchdown run. Middle Tennessee State has never beaten an AP-ranked opponent of 7-3 in the first.
Kind of smells like Appalachian State, the big house, doesn't it? At least early. Northern Iowa had a chance today. Northern Iowa and Iowa State.
You can't say that. It's like pitching a no-hitter.
Rick Stockstill's team doing for a major win. Here's Elijah Lipscomb, reverses field and tries to get back up against this Georgia defense on the reception. Riley Neal, J.R. Reed, stop, gain at 3.
Really important drive here for new offensive coordinator Jerry Godowski for Vanderbilt. He's been around the program since Mason 14, so he's kind of worked his way up to this position. The big question was, how different is this offense going to look? I haven't seen anything different yet. Riley Neal is a very similar skill set to a record-setting quarterback for Vandy that just graduated last year and is now in the NFL, and Kyle Sherman. They got to get something going and get something going in a hurry before this gets out of hand.
Second down 7. positive carry. The big three have been good for Vandy here early on, but it's Georgia's big everything so far. Dogs have run 18 plays. They already have 159 yards of offense. They have yet to be stopped. It's Georgia 14, Vanderbilt nothing through one quarter in Nashville.
It's so much more than a house. It's your own freshly cut fairway. For over 30 years, Rocket Mortgage has helped millions of Americans finance the home of their dreams. So you can focus on making your house home. Rocket Mortgage. Push button, get mortgage.
Exxon and Mobil are introducing new Synergy Supreme Plus. It keeps your engine 2 times cleaner for better gas mileage. That's why they've asked me, Mr. Supreme, to be their spokesperson. Everything of mine is Supreme. My ascot was a mascot. It's Supreme.
Lower carbs, lower calories, higher expectations. The light beer you've been waiting for has arrived.
Right now, lease the Infiniti QX50 for $379 a month, plus get a $1,000 summer bonus now during the Infiniti Plus Summer Sales event.
In 1979, Jiffy Lube changed everything by providing the first convenient oil change service. Seriously. 4 decades later, Jiffy is changing everything again, offering services that are fast and convenient using manufacturer recommendations. Jiffy Lube, you can do more in a Jiffy.
I met Dan and Caleb through Chick-fil-A. I visit there frequently. When we found out we were having another baby, I think I told you in the drive-thru.
We got the text that they had the baby.
They asked to come visit, and of course we said yes. Whose idea was it to bring us food in the hospital?
So it was definitely mine. They brought nuggets and sauce, a huge gallon of lemonade to have them actually care enough to come meant a lot to me. So
we have a present for you. A cow for the nugget.
Just okay. You're better than just okay unlimited plan with Spotify Premium included on America's Best Network, only from AT&T. More for your thing. That's right.
College football primetime is brought to you by Hampton.
I'm back.
More than 2,000 anywhere. Great to be here in Nashville. Our team, Tom Hart, Jordan Rogers, Cole Kublik.
A girl in the skirt, baby.
9 yards of play through their first 2 drives. And now Vanderbilt with a key third and short.
Huge third down. And I'm not so sure I feel good about running the football, so I'm looking for Jared Pinkney there. Tight end position, top of your screen.
Riley Neal, the Ball State transfer out of the shotgun. Georgia shows pressure from the edge. They lay off. Neal's going to try to take off with it. Turf Monster got him, and then Tate Crowder cleaned it up. No gain. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Ooh.
I don't like the play call here, Tom, and I actually have a feeling...
Love that girl in that white skirt.
That was a read for Riley Neal as much as it was. Let's go for it. Obviously, the slow snap does not help. He's not allowed to get his eyes up. But
he got him.
Not an athletic quarterback. He's not going to beat you off the edge. But to me, on a 3rd and short, I got a choice to run with my quarterback or find my tight end. Should or could be playing the NFL. I choose that one.
So 4th down, they're going to fake it straight ahead. Vandy trying to take some chances, and it looks like it paid off. All right,
Okay.
Okay. Does it make a little bit more sense?
Love it now. Oh, direct snap straight to the up back.
Dang.
Sean Jerkins, the safety there, getting his reps in on the offensive side of the ball.
Scouting report on Jerkins was simple. They say he plays with his hair on fire, and that was coming from his defensive coordinator, who lives his life like that. The high-energy Jason Tarver.
New life for Vanderbilt here.
Binkley, the tight end, shifted to the left. Another less than perfect snap. Justice Shelton Mosley, the Harvard transfers down and fronts down on the reverse. And Vandy now rolling the dice, and it's paying off. A 22-yard run for Justice Shelton Mosley, the Harvard grad.
I love how they set this play up. They motion Pinckney to the left side, go unbalanced, 3 guys to the left, only 1 backside. And Cole, we were talking to break. Vandy's got to start going in this direction, unbalanced, got to find a way to get things going in a positive direction.
Neal chased, fired a bullet incomplete. Tyler Clark brought the pressure that time.
Jordan, I agree. It just doesn't feel like anything initially is home as designed.
Come on, Georgia.
And you actually saw 2 players with a little bit of rocket motion coming across the line of scrimmage after the ball was snapped on that play. Kind of showing a little inside zone with motion waggle back behind it. Those are the things Vanderbilt's going to have to do to try to create some space. You're going to have to take an aggressive Georgia defense and get them out of position by using their aggressiveness against them.
So one way that the Havoc plays and the Havoc ring would go against Georgia, the emphasis that you asked Kirby Smart about before the game. Snaps have been an adventure. Here's Keyshawn Vaughn taken down in the open field by J.R. Reed, and we've got a flag back in the heart of the offensive line.
Holding, number 63 on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous
David
spot.
Smith is the referee.
Second down.
The holding came from the center, Grant Miller. One of many from St. Thomas Aquinas out of Fort Lauderdale on this Vandy roster.
They're in center, a high snap as well. It's just that last movement. He's in great position, but you can't have any kind of tug. Your hands get away from or outside of your shoulders. Got to let them go.
Strike you
Almost
down.
every snap on the shotgun this drive has been off the mark. Sometimes by much, sometimes by just a little. It's not like you got pushovers on the other side of the line. That's got to be a lot of pressure.
It's a whole mental thing if you're at center and you're Grant Miller. But we mentioned all 5 offensive linemen starting for the first time in these spots. And oh yeah, Riley Neal, first SEC game. He'd like that thing to be right on the numbers.
Facing one of the best defenses in college football on second down now. Looking for a screen. Neal rolls and dumps it. The screen game was so important for Vandy in years past, but that time Keyshawn Vaughn never got out of the backfield. He got tripped up.
3rd down for Vanderbilt.
We got a flag in the backfield where Riley Neal was, and that's going to be intentional grounding. Trying to find Vaughn, but Vaughn never got out of traffic. Watch number 5 in the middle.
Yeah, he's on the ground. That's tough. That's tough as a quarterback. You're taught if it just goes to nothing, if nothing's there, throw it straight in the ground. But
the ball would have gotten to the line of scrimmage because he was outside the pocket. Maybe that flag never gets thrown.
Yep. On a screen, then as a quarterback, you also worry about linemen downfield. So that's tough when your quarterback your running back ends up on the ground.
3rd and 31. 4-man rush, quick release to the exterior. And Justice Shelton Mosley from the Ivy League to the SEC. They got folded in half. They got taken down 5 yards after the whistle again. He's thinking even Yale wasn't this mean.
They're a little bigger in between the hashes here in the SEC than he probably ever saw at Harvard. He's going to learn very quickly a screen like that. You go hash, numbers, sideline. Get outside as quickly as possible. You're going to see here a little extracurricular activity there, Richard DeCount.
Another punt for Vandy. Tyler Simmons will ask for a fair catch, and he'll take it at the 19-yard line. Georgia's had 2 possessions. They have 2 touchdowns. Jake Fromm stay perfect tonight. In this conference, it just means more, and thanks to Jake Fromm arriving in Athens, it just means more airline miles for everybody else. When Jake Fromm showed up, Jacob Eason was the incumbent. After 1 game, Fromm took over for him, and Eason took off back to his home state of Washington. So the effect continued. Colson Yankoff transferred to UCLA. A second Washington quarterback has also announced that since Eason's the starter, Jake Hayner will also transfer. Justin Fields had a great game for Ohio State today. He left Georgia to go to Columbus. That caused Tate Martell to hightail him down to South Beach. That's the most impactful quarterback in all of college football right there.
I mean, he's a 5-star beater. If you're a 5-star on the roster with Jake Fromm, see ya.
Eason threw for 349 and 4. Fields scored 4 touchdowns in the air, 1 on the ground. Let's take you to Matt Berry back in the studio.
Guys, thank you. This studio update brought to you by NITSA. We're going to check in on Texas for the first time tonight. Sam Ellinger picking up where he left off. And Devin Newport a touchdown. Longhorns up 7-0 early on the Longhorn Network.
All right, Matt, thanks. Big one next week with Texas and LSU.
Come on, Georgia.
LSU's got any kind of offense different than what we've seen. Joe Brady over there, but Texas beat down on Georgia in the playoffs last year. Excuse me, the postseason.
Here's James Cook out of the backfield. And Cook scrambles his way towards the line to gain. And he'll say it was a first down for Georgia on a gain of 6. So you take one bowl game last year, the finish of the season in Texas, and would you subscribe to the 3 words that we hear all the time, Texas is back?
I think so. The way they're recruiting Sam Ellinger, I think he's very similar to Jake Fromm here. As far as the type of quarterbacks they are, they're not the flashy ones, don't have the biggest arm. They are competitors. They are field generals. You know what? They're just winners. So Texas is a team to watch for sure. That game against LSU is going to have big ramifications moving forward for the college football playoff.
Fromm hands it off to Swift. 1,000-yard rusher last year. Swift takes it for a gain of 10 on first down.
Running right behind Big 74, guys. Big Cleveland making his first appearance in the game. They had a heck of a battle for Coach Sam Pittman in fall camp between Cade Mays and Ben Cleveland. Both starters a couple of games a year ago. Both played great football. But Ben Cleveland seems like he's from a different planet. He is 342 pounds. And if you can get a shot from behind it right now, just standing there, look at the waist. 342 pounds for that dude. He is a behemoth of a man.
If you saw him on I-40, it would be labeled oversized low. He wears size 17 cleats. Play action from Swift. Fromm pulls it back, hits his target. Lawrence Cajun, the Miami transfer, takes it all the way down to the 21. 36 yards on play action. The big offensive line opens holes for running back, sucks defenses in, and then that.
The biggest effect is in the secondary. You're not going to be able to see it, but the corner to the left side of your screen gets sucked up by the play action for who knows why. That's exactly why he was that wide open.
Fromm has started this game 7 of 8 for 97 yards. Georgia is averaging 9.9 yards a play to this point. This is the Dogs' 3rd possession of the game.
Sorry about that, guys. I have to get that off the screen.
Swift, huge hole on the right side. And DeAndre Swift has him knocking on the door again. That one covers 16 yards.
And a great audible right there by Jake Fromm. He saw the box. There was only 5 guys in the box for Vandy, so he audibles very quickly at the last second as Vandy rolls to a run play. He just counted.
That is the 7th play of 15 yards or more for this Georgia offense. He's just counting who's in the box.
Jake Fromm just walking the line of scrimmage. Oh, I got 4 over here, 3 over here. I'm going to go to this side. I only got 5 in the box. It's a pass play call. I'm going to run it.
Looks like we're going to get another touchdown.
Right now. And here's another check. The junior quarterback.
He sees pressure coming from right here at the top of the screen.
He was right. And he finds that direction incomplete. And a flag coming down. He was trying to find the freshman George Pickens, who got taken down. Max Worship, the sophomore defensive back, did all he could to keep Pickens from finding the football.
Getting great recognition that after the blitz it's going to be man coverage. A little pick play there on the inside by Demetrius Robinson. Open it up for George Pickens, and that's a touchdown if it's not a flag. That is a touchdown if there's no PI. So you're Vandy, that's all you can do.
What makes Jake Fromm so good at identifying what's coming?
He has seen everything. You can't hide coverage. You can't hide blitzes. He is going to see it. That's why Jason Tarver said, we got to roll late. We got to try to disguise well. But even still, Jake Fromm has a beat on everything Vandy's doing.
First down.
His tailback is DeAndre Swift. Charlie Warner, the tight end, on the right side. Swift, physical. He's able to pick up a yard, but he's short of the end zone.
You know, Jordan, I'm surprised we haven't seen more movement pre-snap from that Vanderbilt defensive line to at least try to cause some sort of confusion and maybe free up a defender to be able to get a little bit of turn.
Yeah, we've seen it from Georgia. Georgia stand on the other side of the ball last second, moving all their D linemen in a gap over. Really, that just creates a little bit of confusion.
It's in the second quarter.
Second guessing by the offensive line. So I'm with you. Vandy's got to start doing something.
All the bigs are in for both sides, including Eli Wolf at a fullback position in front of Harriet. Harriet behind Wolf, and he is in. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Georgia!
Vandy actually does a good job of getting low there on the defensive line, trying to create some havoc in the backfield, but it's just too easy. If there's 2 feet, Arian's going to find it. That's all he needed.
What do you got?
Elbow kick out a little further there, but it looks like the ball just broke the play.
79-yard drive. It took 4 minutes and 3 seconds off the clock. Every drive has been methodical and soul-crushing for the Georgia Bulldogs. Just about midway through the second quarter. Georgia 21-6.
Football brought to you by Mitsubishi Motors. Drive your ambition.
Guys, I know I'm pausing the video a lot because I don't want the commercials.
Once turned into one of the nation's great sports towns, Nashville, Tennessee. They dominated the draft this past spring. We'll see much more coming out of the SEC. Let's take a look at this week's preseason AP Top 10 rankings, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. No issue for Clemson, Alabama, or Ohio State. And so far, no issue for Georgia. Oklahoma will match up with Houston later this weekend. Rodrigo Blankenship, the bright green team, and a chance for Jamari Wakefield. Wakefield tries to turn off field. He's immediately met. Takes it to the 20. Here's Matt Berry.
Guys, thanks going Oregon's way early against Auburn. Justin Herbert, jump ball to Spencer Webb. And watch what Spencer Webb does with this. Get off. 29 touchdown passes for Justin Herbert.
Holy shit!
Active streak in FBS.
Auburn ain't doing so good.
Now, Auburn had some travel issues. They got delayed a couple hours on the tarmac yesterday. They did a walkthrough at Montgomery Regional Airport before they flew out to DFW. So it was a late night for the Tigers. It looks like there's still some rust around Gus Malzahn's team at this point. Deshaun Vaughn able to pick up a couple. And the helmet comes rolling off.
No, we haven't really seen Vandy attempt to push the ball downfield. At some point, you're going to have to. Right now, Georgia is rolling the safety down late before the snap, adding to the box, threatening them to do anything downfield.
Does Riley Neal have the arm strength to do that?
He absolutely does. Yeah, he's talented. He can throw the football. But right now, he does look a little confused.
David Smith again.
Personal foul, face mask, number 92 on the defense. A penalty, 15 yards, the run. First down.
She ended the play, and the helmet just taken right off.
Helmet coming off.
It doesn't feel good. That chin strap is tight. It's meant to come on like that.
First down.
Pretty strong.
Oh, second down. First down.
Vaughn came out. He didn't have to. The helmet did come off, but it was ripped him, so he could have stayed in. Jamari Wakefield in his place. Another high snap, and he swung it out to Pink, tight end, as it rolled his way forward. It'll be just short. Next Saturday, we'll have some can't-miss college football action. Doubleheader on ABC and the ESPN app. Number 1 Clemson hosting 12th ranked Texas A&M at Death Valley at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. Then our Saturday night football game presented by Wells Fargo. Number 6 LSU, number 10 Texas at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. Elijah Lipscomb to midfield, and Vandy able to pick up the first down.
That's a set I expect to see a lot more out of Vandy. There were 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen, and they left Jared Pinckney, their star tight end, at the top. They said, are you going to double him? Or are you going to add a safety to the 3 receiver side? That time, they kept the safety in the corner over Pinckney. Through the 3 receiver side, Georgia just rallied really well to the ball.
Looks like they get a safety helping on Pinckney again. Neal looking to the left away from Pinckney all alone. Neal's going to scramble. And Neal, short of the marker, ends up over to the wall, and late hit will bring multiple flags.
After the play was over, personal foul, late hit out of bounds, number 1 on the defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
I believe that's Devon Wilson. He's wearing number 1. So Georgia didn't put out a 2 deep. The roster has Wilson as number 8. But then again, Vandy didn't release their quarterback. Didn't tell anybody who the starting quarterback was.
College football, baby. Secrecy in week 1. All around.
Here comes pressure from the edge with Neal under center.
Double pass.
Quick hitter to the outside. They'll let it go. Cam Johnson to the end zone. Incomplete. And it's another flag on Georgia. Pinckney was right there. And Tyson Campbell met him before the ball got there.
I love the play call. Motion to a 3 receiver bunch, a quick throw to the outside. Ball needs to get out a little sooner, and maybe with the spiral, but Tyson Campbell, if he just turns his head here, oh, that's so close. If he turns his head there, even with that contact, it's so close, I don't think they throw that flag. But because he has no vision on the ball,
Penalty is declined. Second down.
it's a PI every time.
Vandy had an ineligible receiver downfield. So they'll end up with a 2nd and 10 with the ball at the 26. Another try for the Doors. This is 2nd and 10. And they'll run it to the near side of Keyshawn Vaughn. Vaughn forced out of bounds by Mark Webb. It's a gain of 8.
It's 3rd down.
Riley Neal on the Johnny Unitas watch list. The best quarterback in college football, working towards his master's in learning, diversity, and urban studies. A grad transfer from Ball State, where he had 32 starts. And this is his first in SEC action. 3rd and 2, it's loud.
It's the second quarter.
Vaughn. Nope, it's Neal, and he'll dance for the first down. Riley Neal had a game in high school, at Yorktown High School, where he ran the ball 40 times in a single game. Wow. He did it because the defense allowed it. He very rarely run anything close to that 6.
No, he's built like your prototypical quarterback, long, lanky. I mean, he's enough of an athlete, but they're not going to major in that.
Also, this isn't the West Lafayette High School defense. That's the other
very true.
He has made the right read, though, when he's pulled those zone reads, though.
Missed a look with Vaughn behind him. Pinckney off to the side. He's going to keep it again. Pinckney with a nice seal on the edge. And then a flag afterwards. Pinckney was trying to get Richard the count down.
There's a lot of flags.
Yep.
I was about to give him credit for a good block.
It was good until the flag came.
Holding, number 80 on the offense. 10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. Flag, first down.
He's got his hands a little outside here. Does a great job getting in position, but right there. Hands on the outside of LeCount's shoulder and holds him down. He's okay right there. They're not going to call that, but right here, as LeCount starts to turn, I think he's got to let it go.
I think the ineligible a couple of plays ago was on Pinckney. That's where the flag was thrown. So it's the second one on the tight end in this drive. And it leaves the doors at 1st and 16. Georgia showed pressure again, and Kirby Smart's going to use the timeout.
They're first.
Vandy has penetrated as deep into Georgia territory in this drive as they had all night, trying to spoil the shutout by Hilton. Taking back a couple of plays on an ineligible receiver down there.
You're going to see the outside receiver clearly on the ball, which means Pinckney has got to step back and be off the ball. His helmet directly in line with the right tackle. So he's allowed to block from there, but as soon as he releases, goes downfield, that ball crosses the line of scrimmage. Big loss for Vandy if they don't end up getting a touchdown here, 4 points.
And then after the holding penalty on Pinckney, another mistake. 1st and 16. Empty backfield for Riley Neal. And he whips it to the edge. That's complete to Keyshawn Vaughn. And it'll gain some ground, but they'll be looking at second and almost 12 now.
Boy, if I'm Vandy, I like that 5-wide situation because if I'm Riley Neal, I'm looking to the left at my tight end, Jared Pinckney, in one-on-one coverage. Wouldn't be surprised if upstairs right now, Jerry Godowski's going, like my mismatches there, I might get my guys one-on-one and give my quarterback a clean slate with a lot of space to look at who's going to be open.
Jerry Godowski, the new offensive coordinator, was a great quarterback for Tom Osborne and those fantastic Nebraska teams back in the late 80s.
Look, 2 defenders over Pinckney at the top of your screen on that side.
Neal keeps it again. The hesitation doesn't work. No gain. Tyler Clark there. Let me ask you this. If Vanderbilt is going to run this style of offense, why have Riley Neal at quarterback instead of Deuce Wallace?
Not sure. We know that competition was close. We know Riley Neal got it because of his ability to throw the football. Deuce Wallace is a better runner. If I'm Godowski, I'm thinking, let's put him in there for a couple plays. If that's what we want to do, then take him out. But I just don't get it. I wouldn't major in running the football with Riley Neal. That's not him. That's not his game.
3rd down.
It is Deuce
3rd down for the Vanderbilt.
On the road at home for Vandy. Neal with some space. He tried to fit it into Cam Johnson. He'll say complete. Going to bring up 4th down.
They're gonna
Field goal unit will come on.
they're gonna get a point on the board.
It's a good catch.
Get control of the ball. It's allowed to hit the turf.
Yeah.
But again,
They're gonna get it. They're gonna get some
ineligible
points
receiver
on
downfield.
the scoreboard.
They'd have been inside the 5-yard line with a fresh set of downs just because of a mental mistake.
Yeah, they could.
Their best player, Jared Pinckney's got to know he's got to be out the ball.
26-yard attempt for Riley Gay. Harrison Smith, the punter, is his holder. And that one just sneaks over and right on somebody's fingertips. But I got enough behind him. And Jordan Davis says, man, look how big my hands are. How did that thing get over the crossbar? A 12-play, 72-yard drive, big push up front, and big number 99, a fingertip away from batting it backwards.
Hey, Cole.
Their Bernaise sauce.
Participating universities, Allstate will make a contribution to the university's general scholarship fund. Thank you, Allstate. Riley Gay's field goal from 26 yards out has Vandy on the board.
Damn, that girl got a nice leg He looks good in that skirt, though.
Back to receive. Cook wants to bring it out 5 yards deep. Full head of steam. He's finally corralled. Let's get you back to the studio with Matt.
All right, guys, coming up, the Mercedes-Benz halftime report. Oregon gets out early against Auburn. Justin Herbert.
Oh, yeah.
Really good.
Auburn getting their...
For the SEC.
Oh, yeah.
Tennessee.
Auburn
And
getting their
Justin
ass
Fields
kicked.
makes history in his first start in the Buckeyes. Jesse Palmer, Joey Galloway. Join me coming up next. The Mercedes halftime report.
Yeah, Matt, thanks. One of those SEC teams, Missouri, has gone on the road to Laramie, Wyoming. They've allowed 17 unanswered to the Cowboys in Kelly Bryant's Mizzou debut. Wyoming up 17-14. Haven't been a Power 5 opponent since 2008 when they beat Tennessee. DeAndre Swift able to rip off 7 yards.
This is a dangerous point for Vandy defense. Already 21-3, got 2 minutes left, 2 timeouts. That's an eternity for Jake Fromm in this offense. They can run the football when they need to. They can throw it, they can play action. They just got to be really careful here if Georgia decides to take a shot.
Georgia has scored on every possession. And before that field goal, Vanderbilt had punted on every possession. Pressure coming up the middle from Johnson. And it's a tight end ball for the first time. Charlie Werner is as reliable a receiver as Jake Fromm has coming into the season.
And if you play soft, he'll do that all the way down the field. All the way down the field. Jake Fromm will take what you give him. And sometimes that's the most dangerous type of quarterback to go against.
Ben Cleveland left. Kate Mays replaces him at right guard. It's not just the starting offensive line that's good, it's deep. The only one they're missing, Jamari Sawyer, who went out practice tonight. An ankle injury. Not sure when he will return. He's been in a boot for the last few. Fromm pulled it back and had him batted back. Kenny Hebert was able to bat it down. Coming up at halftime, you can watch the live performance of the Spirit of Gold on SEC Network Plus. Start streaming now on the ESPN app.
Second down for Georgia.
Georgia looking at a 2nd and 10. Seems like the only thing that can stop them in this first half is the clock.
And he's in man coverage here.
Fromm finds it. Back shoulder route incomplete. Tyler Simmons, the intended receiver. Dale Dank got the backfield with a hit on it.
Great job looping here. Nice little stun. Wanted to push the ball downfield, just had to get rid of it sooner than he thought. That's a tough throw. Back shoulder on the sideline to the 10. Great defense.
So it'll be the 30th play of the night for Georgia. As the Bulldogs second.
Third down.
Out of 30 plays. Pressure coming from the edge. Fromm eludes it, fires middle, incomplete. Tyler Simmons lets his feet to try to find it. And for the first time tonight, Georgia will bring out a punter.
Another stunt here by Vandy. You're going to see 41 Elijah McAllister coming all the way from the left side, putting a little bit of pressure on Fromm. And the left out wouldn't go under duress, just sailed up. It's a big stop for Vandy.
Justice Shelton Mosley back. So an FCS All-American in the return game for Harvard. Thought about a fair catch, lets it go. And trickle into the end zone. 65-yarder that time. Jake Camarda keeping up the consistency for Georgia being excellent at everything they've done tonight. Well, Monday night will be the only game of the night. Ryan Kelly at number 9 Notre Dame taking on Louisville. For Appalachia State coach Scott Setterfield takes over for Louisville, St. Eastern, 5 Pacific, Berkeley State. Vanderbilt Stadium here in the first half. Third-ranked Georgia has been rolling. They're up 21-3.
All 3 timeouts here.
That's what Kaylee is. She's a Marine.
To get some momentum going.
Manny moved the ball well last time. There it is. Turned over Keyshawn Vaughn. Vaughn had 3 runs of 66 yards or more in the Texas Bowl. He was one of the most explosive running backs in the SEC last season.
Come on, Georgia.
Neal fires, and he's got a completion to C.J. Bowler. First time they've gone to Bowler. Gain of 9. Not a goal timeout right there. And it will. They cost them probably 5 seconds or so.
Top Vanderbilt. They're first. This will be a
So it'll be
30-second.
second and short for this Vanderbilt team. Derek Mason had a decision make between Deuce Wallace and Riley Neal at quarterback. Deuce Wallace is a guy that is a dual threat quarterback. You would think that'd be better against this Georgia defense. Why do you think they decided on Neal?
You know what, Jared Godowski even mentioned we like to get more 11-man football involved, which means running the quarterback, getting all guys involved. So
Georgia.
I thought it was going to be Deuce, but
They're not. I mean, I know they're doing good, but they're not doing good like they did last year.
He's done that. Deuce hasn't had a ton of game time experience to do that. But I tell you what, Riley Neal has looked shaky. His eyes haven't been in the right spot at times. His feet have been going a little bit fast. Now in this 2-minute drill is the first I've seen him calm down a little bit. Nice, easy throw there.
And they did say that Riley Neal won the job. They said Deuce Wallace was good, but Riley Neal is better. Pressure coming from the edge. Neal has to scramble again. He's been on the run all night.
Another twist up front from that Georgia defensive line. We mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, but you have 5 new offensive linemen in 5 spots. It's not just verbal communication, guys. It's physical communication. When your defender leads to another gap, and there's your neighbor off to be able to pick that twist off.
I don't want to live in your neighborhood.
They got first down.
Pick up the first down, 31 seconds left. I think we get spoiled when you watch Jake Fromm. Because you watch Jake Fromm and you see pressure coming, you think that every quarterback can do that.
No, they can't. I mean, again, you lose 4 seconds there. That timeout should be automatic.
Vanderbilt. They're second. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Gives us a chance to talk about next Saturday's slate. Can't miss football, doubleheader on ABC and the ESPN app. We're at Texas A&M a couple of nights ago. They get to go to Death Valley, the 12th ranked team in the country, to take on the number 1 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. Then our Saturday night football game presented by Wells Fargo, number 6 LSU, number 10 Texas at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. Cole, the question mark for A&M coming into the season prior to Clemson, do they have the secondary that can hold up? Their secondary looked really good against a mismatched opponent on Thursday.
They did. They've upgraded the talent, but still don't have a ton of experience on that side of the football time. You go back and watch Clemson A&M from a year ago, it was not the Clemson Tigers marching the football up and down the field. 4 or 5 big plays, some missed tackles, a couple jump balls deep ended up being the difference in that game. The A&M secondary neutralizes the Clemson receivers. Aggies have a great chance to win that game. Unfortunately, not many people have neutralized that group of receivers.
So out of the timeout with 1 timeout remaining.
Come on, Georgia.
And a flag against Vandy coming out of the timeout.
Damn.
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 72 on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
7th flag against the Commodores tonight. We mentioned earlier, everybody on this Vanderbilt offensive line is starting in a new position. First time ever, a redshirt freshman from Staten Island, New York, Dan Dawkins moved.
Just bad clock management so far. Should be 8 to 10 more seconds on the clock, especially after that QB sneak. Should be telling the ref, hey, as soon as it's spotted, I want a timeout. I don't want to run another play. It's 4 or 5 seconds. You can have that.
Neal makes a U-turn. They'll whistle this one down. Movement again in front for Vandy.
Prior to the snap.
Damn.
Number 16 on the offense.
A lot of damn freaking flags.
Hold that momentum. The first couple plays.
do in the locker room for Derek Mason?
That's a great question. I mean, you got to talk to the defense, especially your defense coordinator, Jason Tarver. What can we do to stop this running attack? We got to do something more. We got to stunt. We got to move. We got to add guys to the box. We got to take more risks. And on offense, we got to talk to Riley Neal. Hey, take a deep breath. Right? That's one half.
There's a lot of damn flags in this game.
We got to be better on offense at the little things, the mental mistakes, the false starts. Can't have that when you have positive momentum here. 2-minute drill to close the half.
Not just his feet, but he's been underwater and he's there again. He's able to get it away to Keyshawn Vaughn.
Oh, another flag.
Richard LeCount came in to make the play and got happy hands. 12 yards of the game, plus more coming.
I seen that.
You think you see a quarterback change at the half for Vandy?
Yep, I seen it.
I think if anything, you give Riley Neal another drive or another couple drives.
I seen that, dude.
Personal foul. Face mask on the defense, number 2. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the
It is on the count.
First down.
But at some point, this offense has got to get the ball going in the right direction. You can't rely just on penalties and mental mistakes by Georgia to get big plays.
Face mask extends to the ear hole of the helmet. Deuce Wallace lost the quarterback competition to Neal. Caught by C.J. Buller as he went down. Timeout taken the last of the half for
Vanderbilt. Their third and final timeout of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Probably like a couple more to feel good about a field goal. Short route wasn't quite enough.
Neal in this game has been under duress, but he's been able to stand tall. He's delivered it. 11 of 13 for 63 yards.
Again, though, nothing downfield. No vertical passing attack. The longest throw I think we've seen was the trick play, the double pass, which came back at some point. I got to see his quarterback pushing downfield.
Yeah, that didn't even come from Neal.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Johnson.
You got a guy named Elijah that's going to at least take those shots to him.
And Pinkney, get Pinkney going vertical. Get Elijah going vertical. This Dinkin and Duncan ain't going to cut it when Georgia can score points at will on the other side of the ball.
Maybe Neal's being too nice to his receiving core. Lipskip's only been targeted twice, and Pinkney only 3 times.
It's the next name of your next reality show. Dinkin and Duncan ain't going to cut it.
Here we go, though. I like this set here, 5 wide. Makes it easy on Riley Neal to see spacing.
Georgia's going to use the timeout.
Georgia, their second.
That's the second time in that set Kirby has said timeout.
Kirby Smart almost strangled his own visor. He is not happy.
Dude, he is chewing his ass out.
You don't think this is an important drive for the Georgia Bulldogs, Kirby Smart? Just watch the way that he's been acting on the sideline here on this 2-minute drive. He has been out on the field. He's been pulling guys in and out of the lineup. He's been
what is the score for Auburn?
Certain individuals aligned.
Currently, Auburn is trailing Oregon 14-6
between the head coach and his Georgia defense on this drive.
Channing Tindall caught the spittle that time. Kirby's got a new defensive coordinator, Dan Lanning. Mel Tucker left and took the job in Colorado. Lanning played his college ball at William Jewell outside of Kansas City and was with Kirby Smart on the national championship squad at Bama in 2015.
No timeouts here. This ball has got to get out of bounds if you're Vandy.
Way offside.
Take a shot.
Replay. Lobs it down the sideline and incomplete. He was trying to find C.J. Buller.
Offside on the defense, number 19. 5-yard
Adam Anderson.
Replay, second down.
As Georgia looks for some guys who can give them a presence off the edge.
Great job of the double count, of the hard count by Riley Neal there. And good job of recognizing, I got a free play, I'm going to take a shot. You might get a PI there, you might have Buller come down with that. And really, that 5 yards is what you need to feel a little bit better about this field goal right here.
Cost him some time. At the very least, this will be a 46-yard attempt. Riley Gay.
Timeout. Georgia.
Timeout taken.
Their third and final timeout of the half. It's going to be a 30-second timeout.
Lanning, the defensive coordinator in the black polo. Kirby Smart, the head coach in the red. How about Georgia and the start from Jake Fromm? This was the capper of the opening drive. Put it in the air twice in the opening drive. Able to put it in the belly of so many great running backs, including James Cook and then Brian Arian.
They've just been rolling. I mean, this offensive line has exerted their will on Vanderbilt. When you run the football like that, the play-action pass is wide open. But when's the last time you saw this, Tom? A football coach at this level saying, everybody get on a knee like high school, like Pop Warner ball.
And we did it in Bainbridge, boys.
He is not happy with really the mental execution on this drive. It's been mental mistakes, alignment.
Keeping his get back coach busy.
He is.
Like a tow truck.
Yeah, Bainbridge.
Hockey family. His dad played hockey at Notre Dame. And uncle that played on the '84 U.S. Olympic team and in the NHL. And Gay has been inconsistent with his slap shot. Only 4 of 10 in his career from 40 yards plus. Harrison Smith is his holder. Scott Meyer, the snapper. Vanderbilt looking for momentum. Got the distance, and it's good. Riley Gay with a couple of long balls for Vandy. And the Commodores will get the ball to start the second half.
Huge momentum drive right there. I mean, in the face of adversity, in the face of a couple of false start penalties, you think, well, maybe just run this and Hayes in the barn. Let's go to the locker room and fix things. A couple big plays later and a penalty. Get back in the field goal position.
So it changes the message from Derek.
Yes.
So the question is, does it change how you think about your quarterback play? Because that hasn't necessarily improved with the two field goals.
I think you still have to talk to your offensive coordinator, Jared Godowski, if you're Derek Mason, and go, hey, we got to start taking some chances here. And so we can evaluate, right? Because right now we don't know. The Dinkin and Duncan here, we know he's not an athlete, so what is he really showing us?
One item that was so successful for Vandy against athletically superior opponents last season was the screen game. We haven't seen the screen game tonight.
No, really the one time they tried to do it with Keyshawn Vaughn, he got taken to the ground there. So that's interesting, though. You know, Andy Ludwig, the offensive coordinator last year, was very creative with the screen game. And that was their advantage a lot of times. Shifts, motions, unbalanced, get the screens in creative ways. I haven't quite seen that with Jared Godowski tonight.
Ludwig returned to Utah. He was the OC there in the past with so many other great teams. A squibber scooped up by James Cook. And Cook gets taken down, and then some extra swings from both sides, including Walter Brown of Georgia. So far, the favorite way out in front in this match. Third-ranked Georgia up 21-6. Let's get to the studio. Matt Berry.
You're to keep an eye on that game. What have been your impressions so far, Morgan?
The matchup in the trenches, what we talked about all week long, the Auburn defensive line and the Oregon offensive line. The offensive line, Oregon has won the battle. There's not a better start than to drive the ball down on your first drive. You get to a 4th and 1, and you run it between the tackles, get in the end zone. It builds confidence, and it lets your offensive line say, we're not afraid of you. We believe we can block you and run it right at you and get in the end zone.
Big theme today for college football has been true freshman quarterbacks playing well. Saw it at Boise State, we saw it at UNC. Well, Bo Nix is going for Auburn in this game, and he looks like a true freshman, guys. A little bit up and down. He's made some nice throws downfield. He's made some plays with his legs, showing why he was the #1 ranked dual threat quarterback coming out of high school. He's also turned it over twice. He fumbled a quarterback center exchange in the red zone, but he's under a lot of duress. Oregon's D-line has taken this game over, and Auburn can't run the football when they're handing it off to running backs, so you get the sense if Auburn's going to come back and win this game in the second half, Bo Nix is going to have to be the guy that sparks this team and makes
You got to
plays.
give credit to Oregon's offensive line as well, moving around that Auburn D-line that we thought was going to be a difference maker in this one. Justin Herbert
Ain't the first half is the first and the second quarter, and the second half is the third and fourth quarter, right?
To Miller Forest. Alabama got off to a slow start, didn't score in the first quarter. They finally got it going here. Nice job by Tua finding his tight end Forrest all over the middle of the field. Makes the guy miss, and Vandy gets on the field.
Jess, you said it perfectly. They started out slow, but then Joey Tua found his rhythm.
Here's the short passes. Drew did a nice job of not giving up the big plays to this Bama offense. He just went underneath. You watch guys like Jerry Jeudy those smaller receivers, Jesse, you always talk about the 6'4 guys. Us 5'11", 6'1 guys, we're good too.
Yes, watch out for those guys. 42-3 the final. Justin Fields made his debut at Ohio State, and he did so in historic fashion. We'll show you the Buckeyes coming up on Mercedes-Benz halftime.
This halftime report is presented by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. The Super Mercedes-Benz halftime report.
Well, 15-year-old phenom Coco Gauff has been such a great story in the early part of the U.S. Open. Unfortunately for her, she ran into Naomi Osaka, and she would lose in her match. There we go. There's Naomi Osaka. This match took 1 hour and 5 minutes. Straight set, 6-5, 6-0. But again, Coco Gauff, just a remarkable story. Nothing to be ashamed about. Osaka's won major championships. Straight set winner, U.S. Open action over on ESPN 2. Tennessee and Georgia State. We gave you a little bit of a teaser of it a second ago. Jesse Ty Chandler, 31 yards.
Yeah, going in. This was the long run on the day for Tennessee. They only averaged 3 yards a carry, guys, and it cost them in this game.
And Georgia State, Joey, just stayed in it. Trey Barnett.
The scary part was Georgia State was just more physical than Tennessee. Jesse mentioned rushing. Tennessee only 93 yards rushing in this entire game.
And you do not expect to show up when you're getting paid $950,000 as Georgia State was to beat Tennessee. And what an emotional win for Georgia State.
Oh, 10 years, man. This program's been around for 10 years. I said it out there. They said the SEC just means more. Today's game meant Let's grab a hand. Thank the man.
You know who's not going to let that happen? LSU against Georgia Southern. First quarter, Joe Burrow finds Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I have to remember 253 passing yards in the first half. That's an LSU record.
Joe Burrow is football minus Justin Jefferson.
And Burrow's the key for this team. LSU's always talented. Can they get good play out of Joe Burrow to go the distance? Matt Berry told me they can.
And here's how good Burrow was in the first half. He threw 5 touchdown passes, right? That already ties a school record. You know whose record he tied? Zach. 42-3
Yeah.
I bet Landry and OBJ to throw. That's pretty good.
That is fair.
What's
Ohio
up, dude?
State, they had Justin Fields.
Yeah, he was the #1 player coming out of high school last year. 6'3", 225 pounds. He's a rocket for an arm, but he can also run. You're scampering in from 51.
I ain't worried about WWE. I'm watching the Georgia
Now we see
game.
his arms.
Ohio State fans are excited about the arm. This is what they came out to see. Can he throw the ball? They're used to Dwayne Haskins last season, throwing downfield. Now Justin Fields shows them he can pass it also.
5 touchdowns, most in a Buckeyes debut in school history. And what a
Yes, you
great
can.
story. Matt Millen back in the booth after his heart transplant. We applaud you, Mr. Millen. Shea Patterson comes back green black.
Yeah, really like this new offense with their new offensive coordinator, Josh Gaddis, who comes over from Alabama. They're attacking and they're throwing the football deep down the field.
This time Patterson and Nico Collins.
A lot of love for this Michigan team. Can this be the year? Shea Patterson with 3 touchdowns in the first game.
Shea Patterson, the first time Jim Harbaugh has had a quarterback return in his tenure. Eyes on Texas in Austin ahead of their big matchup with LSU. We'll update you on Ellinger & Co. on Mercedes-Benz halftime. Jesse, Joey, and Matt back with you, Florida State. Remember this game with Boise State moved from Jacksonville prime time to Tallahassee daytime. James Blackman, Keyshawn Ellis.
This Kendall Brown's offense looked good early. Cam Akers had a long touchdown run here, a 58-yard completion to Keyshawn Helton. Florida State was winning this game 31-13.
They were up 18, and then Hank Bachmeyer and Khalil Shakir.
But that was the first half. Looked like the game was over. Then here comes Boise State's defense, getting some stop, make some plays, short field to the offense. All of a sudden, it's a 5-point game.
How about the true freshman quarterback bringing him back? But here, big mistake out of Boise State, not taking advantage.
Just trip on the ball. You guys trying to score. Florida State's defense gave up 621 yards and a huge mistake right there.
And guess what happened because of the mistake? Boise State takes advantage, gives the Broncos back the lead, over 33-31, under a minute left. Blackman scrambles. This it.
Blackman was 14 of 17 for 3 touchdowns in the first half, 9 of 16, 33 yards.
No, not really.
Hank Bachmeier, the true freshman. What a game for him. Plenty of talented quarterbacks at Boise State, but Bachmeier's 407 passing yards today, the most in the season opener by any Bronco quarterback in that span, breaking Brett Ripple's previous mark by 60 yards. The Mercedes-Benz Road to the championship will go through Georgia, and Jake Fromm and them dogs looking good on the road in Vanderbilt early. More for the Mercedes-Benz halftime report.
Yeah, it's been turning.
How do you gauge the greatness of an SUV? Is it to carry cargo or to carry on a legacy? Its show of strength or its sign of intelligence?
And it's going to go out of this Gulf.
Breaking new ground. This is the time to get an exceptional offer on the Mercedes of your midsummer dreams at the Mercedes-Benz summer event going on now. Lease the GLA 250 SUV for just $329 a month with credit toward your first month's payment at the Mercedes-Benz summer event. Mercedes-Benz.
He's going to go out in the sea.
Know what goes great with steak and shrimp? More shrimp. And you know what goes great with that shrimp?
Oh,
Steak
yeah.
and unlimited shrimp. And this year, with 2 freshly made sides, you'll get more than you imagine. Hurry into Outback now for our steak and unlimited shrimp. Outback Steakhouse.
I need a
Benz, the best or nothing.
Texas getting their tune-up for LSU next week against Louisiana Tech. This week, Sam Ehlinger, Brennan Eagles.
Yeah, Sam Ehlinger's going to get a lot of Heisman consideration this year. He's doing a nice job sharing the football, spitting it around. 8 different receivers have touched the ball so far.
James Cook, an 18-yard score here as Georgia up 21-6 at the half. Back to Nashville after this.
Whistles fill the air. Fans cheering. Fight songs. Pads crashing. There's no doubt. Football is back.
Welcome back to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Hampton by Hilton. Georgia's taken over this town. They've taken over the stadium. They take over the game. The third-ranked team in the country. The 21-6 lead as we get ready to start the second half. Tom Hart alongside Jordan Rogers. I guess you could say this is exactly who we expected.
Yeah, I mean, Georgia has dominated on the line of scrimmage on the offensive side of the ball. 146 rushing yards. That's more than Vandy has total on offense. And for Vanderbilt, the big three, why have they been quiet? I mean, Vaughn's had some success, but Pinckney and Kalijah Lipscomb, just 4 receptions, 16 total yards between the two. Vandy's got to find a way to get something going on offense because right now it's all Georgia.
Eric Mason had a decision to make when it came to quarterback throughout fall camp. He chose Riley Neal, and the curiosity is if he will choose to make a change in the second half. Kickoff will go out of the back of the end zone. We'll go down to Cole, who talked with Coach Mason. What did he tell you about the quarterback situation?
Tom said there will be no quarterback change for the Vanderbilt Commodores in the second half, but did say we need to take some shots down the field. We've allowed the Georgia defense to get too comfortable, so expect a few wrinkles in the second half. On the other side of the football, Derek Mason not necessarily pleased. So we have to stop the run. I asked, how do you do that? He said, we were going to add defenders to the box and look for us to maybe move a little bit more up front.
Vandy did not throw a pass more than 5 yards downfield. At least Riley Neal did. And Georgia is averaging 8.1 yards per carry. So those two elements both pointed in Georgia's direction. Bulldogs push 5 on the line. Neal on the bootleg. A little bit behind his receiver and incomplete to Kalijah Lipscomb. Eric Stokes had the coverage. A lot expected.
Second down
defensive back
for
as
Vanderbilt.
he makes his 4th career start. They're trying to replace a Thorpe Award winner, DeAndre Baker, who was a first-team All-American and a first-rounder. And Stokes is a guy who can block receivers down.
He's their best cover guy. 9 pass breakups last year. Elijah had a step on him there. Riley Neal just completely missed that one. Came out of his hand awful.
Stokes only allowed completions of 33% of the passes that came his way last year. Georgia loaded the box. Vandy still ran. And Keyshawn Vaughn showing power to pick up a Vanderbilt first down.
I think a little taste of why he led the SEC averaging 5.2 yards after contact last year. He's tough to break down. I mean, he's not huge from a stature perspective, but he is built like a brick house, and if you try to arm tackle him, you're not going to bring him down. Does a great job of getting low center gravity there and just shaking a few tackles.
They fine-tuned the off-season conditioning program for the guys that they think could make it to the next level, including Keyshawn Vaughn.
Yeah.
And it has paid off in a big way.
All right, dude. Good night.
Neal unloads, sideline shot, way too much, and the coverage came from Eric Stokes. I think folks are going to learn early. Tough to go his direction.
That great coverage on the outside, just pushing the receiver nearly out of bounds. I mean, that one never had a shot. Riley Neal threw that one because he was under pressure.
What was the message, Joey?
They're trying. I mean, Mason said we got to take more shots. That's one thing they did do in the
What was
first
the
half.
message,
So
Joey?
Riley Neal get outside the pocket, try to push it downfield there again, try to take a shot, but at some point you got to complete it.
Oh, okay.
Another wild snap. Vaughn looking for a hole, and he won't find it. Tyler Clark able to take him down. Clark was banged up last year. Had a broken finger, couldn't use his hand at all. Was very limited. That led to a down year, a great year the season prior. It'll get loud. Folks in red. Now they got a big opportunity with a 3rd and 8. Safety spot, and the pass sails high. That time the coverage came from Tyson Campbell.
Yeah.
Really good job on the outside by junior college transfer Jermaine Johnson. We've been saying Georgia's got to find a guy that can rush the passer, and that time gets around the right tackle, gets a little pressure on Riley Neal, and that's why that ball sailed.
Jermaine Johnson had terrible grades coming out of Eden Prairie High School in Minnesota. Ended up at Last Chance U, you know, taking advantage of his opportunity with the Dogs. This will be the 3rd punt of the night for Harrison Smith. A low one, but it takes a bandy hop. It's going to carry down the sideline, and we'll see where they end up marking it. Jake Fromm's going to have a long field as they take it at the 12 after a 50-yard punt from Harrison Smith. Sunday Night Baseball in Philly for the series finale between former Gator Pete Alonso, who set the Mets record for home runs this season, sitting on 42, and he's driven in 101. Taking Bryce Harper and the Phillies, both in the thick of the NL wildcard chase. Our coverage begins at 7 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app, right after our U.S. Open tennis coverage. Mets doubled up on the Phillies 6-3 this afternoon at Citizens Bank Park. Jake Fromm, pretty good. Just being Jake. 8 of 12 in this one. And Harry to the outside. Jake Fromm and this Georgia offense put up incredible second down numbers last season. We talked with the Georgia coaches and coordinator James Coley about it. And it's plays like that that make managing the game even easier for Jake Fromm, because you can do anything now on second down.
Yeah, you saw the hand signal. He shook it off. So they had 2 plays called, probably a pass play. You liked what he saw in the box. He shook it off. You run into a friendly box. You get 8 yards, makes second down pretty easy.
They were only second in the country to Oklahoma last year in yards gained on second down. Swift gets bottled up here.
But if you think about it, the better you are on first down, more second, medium, second short you give me, the more you can throw or run. The defense has to be balanced. It's a dangerous position to be in. Playing defense against Jake Fromm and this Georgia offense, as good as they are on first.
They led the country in yards per rush on second down. 7.5 yards per run.
Go blocking back, 87 for the offense. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run.
He's going to go against Tyler Simmons, a block in the back. And he'll have another crack at second down.
We got to get this first down, man.
87 White, right in the middle of your screen.
Oh, what do you mean? It was. He just got to break down there. I mean, that defender was so far inside. Let him go that way. Just sit there and wait.
Landers speed on the outside, bottom of your screen, 2nd and 12. Crom gives it up. Swift on the run. And a great sign for Georgia, not only a 37-yard run, but he was running behind Matt Landers, blocking on the edge. Alan George finally ran him out.
Matt Landers and big left tackle Andrew Thomas, 6'5", 320. Watch 71 block down the get outside. Look at the big boy running. Getting his hands on it, he doesn't stop. Look at him, he's still running. I love to see the effort out of an offensive lineman like that. As big as these Georgia guys are, it's amazing how well they move, Tom.
Isaiah Wilson was chugging down the field. Andrew Thomas was moving. Asked about the offensive line play, Andrew Thomas said, every year we want to win the Joe Moore Award. That goes to the best offensive line in college football. Here's DeAndre Swift, another major haul. And Swift making Vandy pay over the top of Tate Daly, a pickup of 15.
The left side of that offensive line is the strength, guys. I had Andrew Thomas as tackle number 1 in the SEC heading into this season. Solomon Kinley, the left guard, who was
I like when they show that girl in the white skirt. Hey, George. I like when they show that girl in that white denim skirt, boy.
The best left tackle in the SEC and the best guard in the SEC lined up next to each other every play for the Bulldogs.
Nobody studies more offensive line play than Cole Kubelik. Zamir White is in the game. 4th different running back, former 5-star. They play action to him and go to the tight end. And we got a flag on the play. Before we hear from the ref, Cole, tell me, who else has a great offensive line in college football?
Well, I tell you, you have to like Wisconsin after what they did to South Florida. That group is elite. Oregon is going up against Auburn right now. That, to me, 2nd best offensive line in college football.
Number 66 on the offense, 10-yard penalty.
Solomon Kinley gets flagged. You also have Clemson. It's not like Clemson doesn't have an embarrassment of riches everywhere else. How good is their O-line?
Well, they lost a 4-year starter at left tackle. Mitch Hyde didn't get drafted, but they have 2 NFL guards heading into this season. I actually think the Clemson offensive line will be more physical than they have been the past few seasons under Dabo Swinney. That's why I have them number 3 in my rating.
2 for the Big Ten. Great read in the Athletic a couple weeks ago. Now Iowa and Wisconsin are both so good, yet they do it differently.
Crazy thing about Iowa, they got 1 starter coming back, and I still think they're that good.
Vandy just ran a 12-player onto the field.
Cole, did I see Army? Honorable mention.
You did.
Let's go, baby.
They play a nasty brand of football, and obviously, listen, we're not going to take Army's offensive line and say, hey, would you throw them on Georgia's offense, and how would they perform, or how would they play if they ran Vandy's offense? It's not going to work that way, but for what they're asked to do, and sometimes it's how you have to watch football, that group does it as well as anybody else attempting to run the triple option. They do it a little bit different ways, a little more nasty, a little bit more fixed. I'm a big fan of that group.
They'll go to the Big House next week and take on Michigan. Remember, Army almost took down Oklahoma with long drives last year. Right now, Michigan with a 2-touchdown lead on Middle Tennessee State. Here's Zamir White. It's his first carry. Redshirt freshman from Laurinburg, North Carolina. They love him, and he'll get an ovation from the Georgia faithful. He has fought his way onto the field through 2 torn ACLs. He was the best recruit in all of college football coming out of Scotland High School. And he is part of a backfield that's as loaded as Toddy's Tavern on a Friday night. I mean, I wouldn't know that one. No, but the deck, maybe. They're going to run it on an end around. Here's Tyler Simmons. And Simmons is able to pick up the yard. It'll be really interesting to see what Kirby Smart does with DeAndre Swift, Brian Herring, Zamir White, James Cook.
They need to start throwing the ball a little bit.
Tip of his hand. There's going to be a nice, healthy rotation. We've seen Cook get involved in the passing. Obviously, that's a strong suit of DeAndre Swift as well. But it's a good problem to have. If you roll guys in, keep your running backs fresh and explosive, you can trust every guy 4 deep that you put in.
And we saw it. The Georgia running backs in recent history. As guys nowadays want to be fresh going to the next year. They're down 11. Here's Swift. He's the freshest. And that's going to set up fourth down after an 8-yard run.
Think about this one. Just on the edge of a comfortable field goal range, but it does look like that's where they're going to go.
Rodrigo Blankenship set the Rose Bowl record for the longest field goal in the Granddaddy's history of the 55-yarder. This was made from 50.
Oh, he's gonna kick.
Got the leg, pull, and he fillets it. He's good from 60. A lot of weapons. Questions continue with Alabama's kicker. There's no question about Rodrigo Blankenship. From way downtown.
And Mobil's new Synergy Supreme Plus, their best fuel ever. And Corona Premier, lower carbs, lower calories, higher expectations. Enjoy the view.
Welcome back to Nashville's West End. Tom Martin, Jordan Rogers, Coach Huglock, our fantastic ESPN crew tonight. They put in a lot of work this week. This is College Station Thursday night for A&M's opener. Music City for this no return. Sports Center tonight after Fresno State USC
24-6.
Who have a season debut of Tua in the tie, and which teams impressed the most in week 1. Plus Coco Gauff, Naomi Osaki highlights and reactions. It's Sports Center with SVP after college football on ESPN and the ESPN app. What do you think we're going to learn from Tua in the tie going inside the Alabama program?
Just what we thought, that they are all business all the time. Sprinkle in maybe a little personality. We're saving that.
He's comfortable. He is very comfortable in his skin. Riley Neal finds Kalijah Lipson. Eric Stokes brings him down immediately. It's a gain of 3.
There's a little miscommunication on that route right there. Kalijah broke that route off about 2 yards. Riley Neal had a little play action there. He took a drop. So it's about 3.5 yards deep there. That ball should have been out. Riley Neal was taking a drop, so miscommunication on how deep Riley really wanted that route to be.
12 completions and only brought up 66 yards. Movement again on the Vanderbilt line.
Number 72 from the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Flag.
Second down.
Cole,
that was on Vanderbilt.
Line against this Georgia front, how would you prepare?
I get in the weight room and I'd eat. I'd be 2 things. Number 1, I'd get ready to go low a lot because you have to cut a lot of these guys to get them down, hopefully keep them tired. But you got to work the technique and fundamentals. It's the only way.
Monte Wyatt and Jordan Davis, both 300 pounds, anchor that line as of now. And Keyshawn Vaughn finds 2. Wyatt,
third down.
Greater brings it down.
Going back to what Jordan mentioned about that movement of the Georgia defense earlier in the broadcast, we haven't seen it a ton here in the second half. Earlier in the game we did. It doesn't just cause confusion after the snap. From an assignment perspective there, you saw that essentially cause that offsides. A lot of guys get in their stance, you get ready to go. You see a defensive lineman movement and you flinch a little bit. Georgia gets a flag off of it. Multiple benefits for moving your front around.
Loaded up one side, they drop 8, and that one's incomplete. Cole, you're down there. How loud is it when Vanderbilt's facing a third down?
It's loud, but it's a big one. It gets loud. And from where I'm standing, I don't really think that they're able to communicate at the line of scrimmage. And I know they're having to go silent count because you can see that the way they're directing things at the line of scrimmage.
And there's 2 girls in a white denim
It's
skirt.
loud. We did a game here with Florida a couple of years ago.
Hey, Joy, did you see the 2? Damn, there's about 1, 2, 3, 4 girls in the white denim skirt.
Seems like 75% of this crowd or more is pulling for the Dogs. Tyler Simmons has an opportunity.
Go!
Simmons bends it outside. A stiff-on will take it past midfield, and he ran down the apron. And they will mark him out at the 41. 47-yard punt. 31 taken back on the return for Simmons. ESPN. Third-ranked Georgia in control of the offense back on the field. Let's take a look at tonight's PlayStation Player Impact rating. DeAndre Swift's rating for 2018, 96 out of 100. The Philly native was a 1,000-yard rusher. He averaged 6.5 yards per carry.
That just tells me every time he's on the field, something positive happens. Whether he's catching the football, whether he's getting vertical in the run game, he's a special player. I got to think his Heisman campaign is going to continue as Georgia has success, and they do it based around running the football.
Averaging 11 yards per carry. Here he goes again. Ran into his uncle at the team hotel the other day. He's advantage. You'll see what John did last night. Georgia Tech's killing me. He's killing me because now my nephew's got a tougher task to try to grab the Heisman.
Isn't that funny? There's a couple other running backs. I mean, Jonathan Taylor, big day, running back of Wisconsin, but Swift is right in that conversation. And this offense wants to run the football to have success. You do have three other guys that can do it just as well, so really the story is going to be, does he get enough touches to put
Where did you go?
Georgia's run 219 yards.
Where did you go?
And they're running behind that big goal line, and they're running with Brian Harrion. And Cole, I know you've been impressed by what Ben Cleveland has done. That's a unique dude.
Oh, yeah, Ben Cleveland, Crenshaw, Stevens County, Georgia. Kirby Smart told him to lose recruitment time. He showed up at his house and he was eating squirrel on a stick. He said, I knew right then and there, that's a dude. We got to have him on our offensive line. So I figured if I'm going to watch him play, I might as well eat squirrel on a stick too.
Well, yeah, I mean, the only other choice is squirrel stew. I don't want to do this. What do you got down there? Western gray?
Yeah, mine's not summer squirrel though, because I've been told stay away from squirrels in the summer.
How do you season this thing?
Here's Harrion for a couple.
Let me guess, it tastes like chicken.
No, you freeze it. You get it in the winter or the fall and you freeze it.
You want, I mean, he just housed that. He housed it. I'm looking at this thing. I'm going to let you
if I can get Ben Cleveland's waistline, I'll eat squirrel every day. I'm not even playing. I don't know what to do with the tail yet, but I'm just saying.
You're not going to make Miss Manners column this week, that's for sure.
I apologize for that.
Ben Cleveland committed to head coach Mark Richt, coming back from an injury against Missouri, fractured his fibula in the second half.
Damn.
Part of a versatile O-line and Harrion again. I went down
Third down.
Upper Midwest. I picked up some Black Squirrel for them. They're usually better in the winter. They can hold the heat better.
I hope that.
Sure you don't.
Don't get cocky.
No, good. Yeah, it's chicken, just like chicken. Just like chicken. It'd be the biggest squirrel I've ever seen. This was the biggest squirrel on this day. Weird, it tastes just like chicken.
I want to be.
Back to football. Georgia 1 of 3 on third downs. They've only faced third down 3 times tonight. Cron with a 3rd and 1. Has time and 2 receivers in the same spot. Demetrius Robinson was the closest to the throw.
And trying to get wheel routes on both sides of the field. Top of your screen, DeAndre Swift was covered on a wheel route, so Cron came down here to the bottom, looking for Demetrius Robinson, but not enough space between this curl route on the outside by George Pickens, the young true freshman. He's got to know, if anything, leave that curl inside because you got a wheel route trying to get on the outside of you. You can't be standing in the same spot with 2 guys.
4th and a long one. They converted 8 of 13 on 4th down last year. Crom's got DeAndre Swift. Bad exchange on the snap. Swift stumbles behind the line and he gets taken down by Dale Odegbo.
That might be the first time tonight Vandy has penetrated the backfield there, got vertical upfield. That play was designed to go in the A-gap, but Swift had absolutely
I would
nowhere
kick
to
it.
go.
penetration actually came out of the B gap between the guard and tackle, but it came back behind the center, Jordan. That's what forced that big cutback.
There's a first play that's lost yards for Georgia tonight.
It's a big stop for Vandy.
It's a tough game, brother.
Beyond 5 yards.
No, you're right. I don't think so. Vandy scored on each of their last 2 possessions in the second quarter with a couple of field goals. And they will get nothing on that.
Holy shit!
Because Jordan Davis,
Number 99.
from Charlotte.
Holy shit, that's number 99.
That's a guy Georgia's really excited about. If Jordan Davis can get rolling from that nose guard spot, interior guard to guard, that really opens up things for a very inexperienced yet talented linebacker crew behind him. They need a dominant force in between the guards, and Jordan Davis, he's got the size, he's got the athleticism, just hasn't quite put it all together yet.
Second down for Vanderbilt.
Batted away. That time, another big found his way into the backfield. Justin Young. He's only 275 pounds.
That's an eat game off the left side, Jordan. In comes in first, tackle goes around.
They've just been playing games all day. Jordan Davis gets there a little late. Justin Young just too quick. Switch right in between there. The athletic body type gets his hands up. This is not a good situation for Vandy to be in. I imagine a draw, a screen, something safe. Silent count.
Neal out of the backfield to Jamari Wakefield. And Wakefield's able to find 10. Monty Rice with the stop.
Just thinking about this.
Why would you?
I would not. Fourth and what, 4?
4th and 4, you've shown very little semblance of a run game.
I mean, this is the smart move. Punt this football, because if you don't get those 4 yards, you're pretty much handed Georgia points.
Yeah.
Tyler Simmons back for Georgia. And a solid return last time. This is a boomer of a kick by Harrison Smith. Simmons. After a 53-yard punt, a 17-yard return. Deshaun Jenkins with the stop. Jake Fromm and the Georgia Bulldogs will be back on offense when we return to Nashville. Look at this play to see Tyler Simmons' knee was down at the outset of that punt return. So they're going to bring it back, it looks like.
To further review, the receiver's knee was down at the 21-yard line.
The announcement down at the 21-yard line.
Please reset the game clock to 1 minute and 45
Assess for me tonight, Jake Fromm's game.
I don't think he's had to do a ton. And I'll tell you what, if you're watching this,
Guys, the reason why you'll see it pause and go again, because I'm pausing it before the commercials. I know there will be some commercials, but not all of them. I probably will get flagged, or I might get copyright.
what he's done for this run game, you can't measure on a stat line. And that's had the biggest impact so far today.
This is James Cook. And Cook takes it to the right side for 4. Kenny Hebert the stop. And they're going to take the right tackle Isaiah Wilson out of the game. Got a little shake it up. Kate Mays, sophomore from Knoxville, will replace him.
And Sam Pittman, the Georgia offensive line coach, told me before the game.
Oh, we got a player hurt.
The utility player, as far as a backup is concerned on that offensive line, he can even back up center and obviously both guards. Now we'll see him playing some tackle as well.
Mays and Legacy, his dad, Kevin. Captain of the 94 team. 2nd and 6. And Zamir White. Dog fans love him, and for good reason. Ball punched out from behind, It'll get out of bounds and stay with Georgia. I was at Georgia practice last week watching Zamir White. You know the blasters that all the running backs run through? Zamir White almost pushed the sled down the field. It's not how it's supposed to work. This is a 28-yard run. He is shifty and he is strong.
Like a boom!
But just can't get over this offensive line. Guard to guard.
Yeah.
Bringing so
He
much
hit.
movement.
Please start the clock on my side.
He hits him.
Field. These Georgia backs are making one cut, getting vertical.
And he lost the ball.
Green grass to play with.
The thing I like most about what I've seen from this Georgia offensive line tonight, Jordan, they're hanging with their double teams. There is no rush to leave the player next to you to go up to a linebacker or go up to a safety. They are securing the first level of that Vanderbilt defense first, and that's always going to get you yards.
See if they go back to Zamir White. They do. They call him Zeus. And we got a flag in the tail end of that one. Zamir White stands 6 feet even, 215 pounds. And it's a miracle in many ways he's even here. He spent the first 100 days of his life in neonatal intensive care. He weighed just 1 pound 6 months into the term of his mom's pregnancy, who got pregnant when she was 14. He was born with a cleft lip, a cleft palate, 2 cysts on the umbilical cord. He was told that he would reach a height of 5'2" and a weight of 120 pounds. He has exceeded the doctor's expectations, and through his high school career, he exceeded everyone's expectations. And now can he bounce back from multiple torn ACLs? DeAndre Swift returns to the field. Dale Odengbo brings him down after a 7-yard
Georgia
gain.
needs to throw some.
Vandy hanging in there. Georgia has been in control, but this one closer than the experts thought. It's 24-6 as we head to the fourth. To the SEC on ESPN. Glory travels. Vanderbilt Stadium full of Bulldog fans, and they're running their own traditions on the road. There are no hedges here, but you would not know.
Tell you what, those bars down on Broadway are they're gonna be packed with a sea of red tonight. Tootsie's, FGL House. I mean, every honky tonk down there is gonna be absolutely slammed with Georgia fans.
And it looks like they'll have something to celebrate. Second and 13. They go empty backfield with Cook split out wide. From over the middle late. Pass was tipped. Well, about half the SEC schools decided they would take advantage of a new rule and sell alcohol in their stadiums. I have a feeling that beer sales went swimmingly for Vandy tonight. He did maybe down a couple more scholarships.
This is just a break game for Georgia.
It's going to probably be the fourth quarter.
Great man rush. Overhill. Kieran Jackson. Good stop. And they show Jerkins. There's a Vanderbilt team missing some key players due to injuries. The offensive line totally retooled. And safety Frank Coppin is out, replaced by Jerkins, who has 12 tackles tonight.
Damn, 12 tackles. Damn.
12 tackles in his debut.
It's one of those names that the Vandy coaches just kept raving about. The camp he had, he's a ball hawk, he's a hitter. You mentioned he plays with his hair on fire. I mean, that's the type of energy and player Vandy really needs in the secondary to make plays just like that.
43-yard punt. Take a look at a chance to win the SEC East, according to ESPN.com FBI. Numbers tilted heavily in Georgia's favor. They haven't lost a game in the division in 2 years. Missouri, by the way, trailing big on the road at Wyoming tonight. Tennessee lost it.
Not a good showing for the SEC.
Vanderbilt,
South Carolina,
0.3%. Damn.
Oh, that crowd. That's a way to start up.
Yeah, we now have 5 active coaches who have won a national championship. Thanks to Mac Brown returning to the game. And thanks to Les Miles coming back in. Kansas pulled one off at the end today. And Les Miles' first game as their head coach.
Second down from Vanderbilt.
Then again, Charlie Weiss won his first game at Kansas too.
Andy pushing the tempo a little bit here.
On 2nd and 7, Vaughn hesitates and has nowhere to go. Devontae White brought him down.
You know, I think there was a lot of times last year when we watched this Vanderbilt offense under Andy Ludwig, and you were just like, where's the explosiveness, right? We had times Kyle Shermer would push it downfield, but the shifts in motions every play. Andy hasn't done much. I mean, they're lining up 3-4 wide, 1 back, and going zone. You can't line up like that against this Georgia team and expect to win. Now here on 3rd and long, these Georgia ends are going to pin their ears back and come after you.
Sacked! Jumped inside the 5. They blocked the house, and the house came down. Azeez Ojulari. 2nd sack of the night for the Dogs.
Ojulari does a great job off the edge here. Working on Cole Clemens, the left tackle. And again, in 3rd and long, these defensive ends can pin their ears back. Look at this. Great with his hands. Swipes the left tackle's hands out of the way. Gets to the quarterback. Gets a little help out from Shannon Tindall as well.
Tindall wasn't touched. Wouldn't matter.
Yeah,
He won the left side.
Yeah.
Running from the back of the end zone is Harrison Smith. Great hang time. And Tyler Simmons from the logo. Tyler Simmons to the corner. Flag down back at the 44. And this one likely coming back. 45-yard punt, 24 to return as it stands. That poor visor.
Bill's got to be broken in there.
Crease. Head ball coach would throw him. Kirby strangles him.
During the return, illegal blocking the back, number 11 on the receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down, Georgia.
So that'll back him up. Georgia back on offense. Up 18. Georgia tonight.
Sack the quarterback of Kansas.
Heavy dose of the ground attack this offensive line.
Would you?
Holes, but Brian Marion and DeAndre Swift have been navigating the waters here against Vanderbilt with ease. And look at that. 279 total yards on the ground. And just 162 total yards. Swift averaging 9.5 yards a carry.
That was Georgia's ball now.
Those motorized scooters down on Lower Broadway.
This is shot territory. I'd be careful if I was Vandy. Georgia lines up to take one.
He said it's a check down to Ryan Herring, and Herring stays on his feet. Gain of 4. Cole, what do you got?
Kenny Abear, outside linebacker from Vanderbilt Commodores, went to the locker room, was holding his wrist. Has not come back out of the locker room. The guy that Jason Tarver told us he wants to try to line up everywhere to bring pressure from different locations. Not out there on this drive from the Commodores.
Great job by Jake Fromm on that last play. They wanted to take a shot deep post, but it wasn't there. He had pressure checking down. It's one of the things new ops coordinator James Coley, who was the quarterback coach last year, said, hey, a called shot doesn't mean a shot taken. Just because I called it doesn't mean if it's not there, just check it out. Live the play, another play.
They give it on the end around Demetrius Robinson. Robinson breaks free and will take it down to the 35. I think the other thing with Jake Fromm when it comes to deep balls is because he doesn't have the cannon of an arm like some first-round NFL prospects, the idea is you've got to wait for the perfect scenarios to take that shot.
Totally. And sometimes that can get frustrating. So when it's called, you really want to hit that one. But yeah, Jake Fromm doesn't have the elite arm that some of the headliners will have. The Justin Herberts, KJ Costello over at Stanford. Some big arms that people talk about in this 2020 draft class. But What he doesn't have, he makes up for between the ears. He makes up for being a leader. He's extremely accurate. He anticipates. His deep ball is the biggest improvement from last year tonight.
Rom down the left sideline with a grab, a little bit behind Jackson, and he stays on into the 5 of Boston football. Live ball, and Bader will have a chance to take it away from Georgia.
Damn.
30-yard pass play, and then 13 on the fumble return.
It's a great play design, little throwback. Jackson just, ball is definitely out.
Forced out. Land for Bowie. 24-6 Georgia.
I guarantee you, Georgia.
ESPN College Football.
Yeah,
is
I
presented
know.
by Hampton by Hilton. College football stays here. Book now at Hampton.com. And in part by Chex Mix. Score the winning mix.
The winning mix has been there for Georgia tonight. Their offense has run to the tune of 8.5 yards and one. Defense hasn't given Vanderbilt any breathing. They flush the quarterback again. Incomplete. The coverage on the back end by Richard McCown.
Problem is when you run a game to one side, there's a penetrator and a loop man. The penetrator was handled, but did get a little bit of a push. Riley Neal leaves to the right where the loop defender was coming right back around into his face. Just really nowhere to go, Jordan.
13 and 21 for 76 yards for Neal. Grad transfer from Ball State. Looked like they gave him time then, but coverage was too good. And Neal will flick it out of bounds. Let's flick it back to the studio with Matt Berry.
Hey guys, Auburn not done yet. Bo Nix getting with a comfortable find. Eli Stoll, 11-yard touchdown. Auburn back in at 21-13. Only had 3 points in 3 red zone attempts in the first half. Michael Pittman, he's talented. The Trojans get Fresno State coming up after the Georgia game right here on ESPN.
Right, man, thanks. 3rd and 10 for Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Georgia brings 3, and Neal misses for C.J. Bullard.
Bowler was there, just missed inside on the previous play. They're trying to get the ball to Pinckney. Riley Neal comes off that, doesn't get to a second read that was wide open. And right now I just see the quarterback that is a little inaccurate. Eyes aren't going to the right spot. Yeah, he's been under some pressure, but just not playing like a guy that's thrown for 7,000 yards, 32 starts. Doesn't look comfortable. Has it all night.
Tyler Simmons has been on the verge of breaking a couple punt returns here. Takes this one at the 39. Incredible speed on the punt return for Simmons. And that'll send us to a break. Another tackle for Deshaun Jerkins. 44-yard punt, 23 on the return. 1,000 people over 3 days. Looking lower Broadway. This was insane.
Why have the NFL draft anywhere else? I mean, the bar was set so high.
You're right, man.
Those coverage on ABC and ESPN. What a scene it was.
What?
One thing you didn't see on the coverage is Fromm rolls out, and he's able to find his tight end, Tennessee transfer Eli Wolf.
I'm watching the Georgia game.
Was here doing some radio coverage for the NFL draft. He couldn't get a car ride home to the West End, so Cole rode a motorized scooter all the way from Lower Broadway back here towards the Nashville campus. How'd that work out for you, big fella?
It was fine. It was a little scary. It cost me about $3.75, so it was a heck of a bargain. But you know, had to get actually out on the road.
ESPN.
Construction, but we survived.
ESPN.
That poor scooter.
Yeah, Hulu Live.
How's your feet there?
Yeah.
Rob hands it off. Swift. Change of direction. Took a shot right towards the line. The Georgia fans wanted a hanky. DC Williams.
Jordan,
It's 24 to 6.
I said, hey, we got some time during the day. Let's go hop on the scooter. Let's go check it out. I went around town.
Georgia?
Doing it. Nope.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it because too many people in this town drive like you do. From out to his tight end, Charlie Warner. I think, Jordan, that we're going to see Jake Fromm over the course of the season utilize guys like Warner and Wolf a ton, even though he hasn't had to.
Do you got it as your favorite team?
Best friend is quarterback at times. The receiver position was a huge question mark coming into tonight. They have a ton of talent. One thing I've noticed, there's not one guy right now. Jake Fromm
I think somebody's buying your house, I
across the
think.
board. I think there's 4 or 5 guys at receiver, 2 or 3 guys at tight end that can really contribute here catching the ball for Fromm.
Third and short and a timeout taken by Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt, they're first.
Put our order in for some hot chicken. Cole can go find it with the scooter.
It ain't gonna get us.
Apple Card is here. And here. It's a new kind of credit card. Created by Apple, not a bank. With a better way to track where you spend. Daily cash you get back every day. And a new level of privacy and security.
County High School, Jake Fromm endeared himself early to Georgia fans. This dude wins games and he's on his way to winning another.
And not gaudy numbers for Fromm tonight, but when the next defensive coordinator and the rest of this season flip on the film and watch what he does before the snap, how accurate he is, he's going to keep a lot of guys up at night because you just cannot defend this guy any way you slice it.
Fromm was a youngster. He's a big Georgia fan. He and his grandpa walked into a sporting goods store in Macon, Georgia, not far from his hometown of Warner Robins. They found a Herschel Walker helmet. Jake told his grandpa, I gotta have that helmet. I gotta have the helmet. $500 later, he got the helmet. And since Jake Fromm's role today, and for a guy who once committed to Alabama, it seemed destiny would bring him back to Athens in the Classic City.
Come on, Georgia, third down.
Harriet bottled up and can't quite strain to the line. No gain. Drew Birchmeyer out of Midlothian, Virginia, was able to shove him back.
I was just saying your location. Because you're still in Donaldsonville.
Birchmeyer, I mean, he was sniffing kneecaps there. Wow. I'm not just gone for this man. Mandy hasn't shown he can do anything on offense. Georgia offensive line, 2 tries to get 1 yard. I gotta think they're getting it.
But, well, you got to share the ball with all those running backs and some talented wide receivers and tight ends. You also have to share it with Arrigo Blankenship. 37-yard attempt here. And, of course,
And it's good. Now it's 27 to 6.
On Monday night, it's the only game of the night. Brian Kelly and 9th-ranked Notre Dame take on Louisville. It's Scott Satterfield's debut for the Cardinals, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific from Cardinal Stadium on ESPN and the ESPN app. A wild opening weekend of college football, I guess, kind of what we expected, except for the struggles in the SEC East. Tennessee lost a tough one at home today.
Really surprised. Tennessee, South Carolina, Missouri, those are teams that we're all kind of talking about. Can they push the Floridas, the Georgias? Can they take that next step and run for a start?
You throw Florida out there like it's assumed based on how they played the fourth lead. The Florida's the second best.
I think there's clear separation between the other teams. I think we learned that even more so after today. I just thought South Carolina was going to be more ready than they showed, and Tennessee as well. With the recruiting that they did, with Jared Garantano getting Jim Chaney from Georgia, I was excited about that offense, but week one, lot to fix for these teams. Good thing it's early. Sometimes those things can turn around. But
do you believe the adage you can make more progress between game 1 and game 2 than
absolutely.
the season?
Absolutely. I learned a lot about guys that really haven't got snaps. I mean, a lot of young players playing for every SEC team.
Jamari Wakefield brings it out for Vandy, carries the pile to the 30.
Can we talk about what everyone's really thinking? When we go on camera, how big are these? Mike, what are these called?
These are windscreens.
Windscreens. How big are these things? Yes, TV land. I have a mouth. It's somewhere behind this windscreen.
Can you get around in a single wide?
Twitter's blowing up.
Are they?
At least to me.
I wouldn't know. Didn't get in the way of eating squirrel on a stick earlier today.
What are we doing? The things an offensive lineman will talk you into.
New yards on the right side. Cole told me earlier that was going to be his birthday present to you. Squirrel on a stick or chicken on a stick, depending on what locale you have.
You moved out because
the
mold and
Georgia
all that.
getting to the stadium today. The normal route that the buses come, apparently for some reason, wasn't available. The shame of it is the parents and the fans were lined up for dog walk in the northwest border of the stadium.
How did you know that?
But the bus couldn't get that far. So
tested?
finally, when they got stuck in traffic and stopped, Kirby said, "Forget it, we're getting off here." And they walked 2.5 blocks from the opposite direction to get to the stadium. Keyshawn Vaughn finally gets taken down. Let's take it to Matt Berry.
All right, guys, a little programming note for you. Fresno State USC just kicked off over on ESPN News with Georgia and Vanderbilt. Those final.
Do you still got all your stuff still in
For
there?
those looking for the USC game, turn it over to ESPN News, and we've got you covered until the final of Georgia Vanderbilt.
All right, thank you so much. Pass completed to the edge, and it'll be a yard short of the first down. Interesting late summer chatter about SC and what could be happening there. They opened with Fresno, then Stanford, then BYU, then Utah, then Washington, then Notre Dame. The question is, would there be a coaching vacancy? Pat Forty had an article a couple of weeks ago that they could have an AD vacancy there. And if they do, would Urban Meyer leave the TV studio to take the job at USC?
That's interesting.
And is that good for college football? To have Urban Meyer at USC? I think, no matter what you think of Urban Meyer, I think it's great for college football to spread the power out a little bit.
Absolutely.
Your mama locked the door and
Like
everything?
or not, I'm a California boy. I mean, the TV schedule, they don't get as much national eyeballs. And so a lot of times some players, that conference is out of the normal conversations, whether it's merited or not.
Well, they don't get eyeballs because right now they don't get talent. The recruiting is down across the board. And you hire a guy like Urban Meyer, that changes almost overnight.
No, I agree. And USC is one of those storied programs that they have the history, and they haven't been good as of recent past. But a guy like that could bring a lot of momentum to a program. JT Daniels is a heck of a quarterback. Young last year, made some mistakes. I think he's got a bright future.
Neal lost it. It was another high snap. He never got control of it. And
Georgia got the ball.
Issues from center Grant Miller in his first start at center in his career. He's been inconsistent with the snaps all night. None to the backstop, but many outside of the strike zone.
Yeah, that's tough. Anytime you're trying to run zone read or even throw the football, that snap takes the quarterback's eyes away, gets you half a second behind. And really, that's a read that Riley's thinking, I might pull this, but he's so late to it that as he's starting to pull, he's realizing he doesn't have control of it. Running back too far ahead. I mean, that timing is just bad when the snaps that bad.
Savage bats are out. Zamir White at tailback. Oh, hello. Kenny Hebert is back in the game. He's got a cast on his right hand now. And he took that billy club right to Zamir White.
Come on, Georgia, throw the damn ball.
Zamir White came into this game having not carried the ball since November of 2017. Getting some reps here tonight. And there he goes. Zamir White with a first down run for Georgia. A gain of 14. Torn ACL in his right knee in high school. As a prep player, he scored a touchdown in his first high school carry. He also scored a touchdown in his first Pop Warner carry. He scored a touchdown on 1 out of every 4 carries in high school. Is that good? That's pretty good. Then got to Georgia and tore the ACL in his left knee. A sidearm sling to the outside of Lawrence Kane. Former Kane. Gain of 4. So Zamir White has been running full go over the course of fall camp. What a weapon he can be. And how much depth is in this Georgia backfield right now. James Cook looked dynamic, catching the ball out of the backfield tonight. Ryan Herring is a great 1-2 punch. Get vertical. To spell DeAndre Swift and Zamir White. Not so much talent as White set through a really big tackle, takes it back to Parker again. You were talking about Riley Neal earlier. In his career at Ball State, he threw for 7,000 yards, right? Zamir White in his high school career ran for over 7,000 yards.
God damn it.
Abear is hurt again. It was his hand earlier, now reaching for his leg. In the meantime, let's go back to the studio with Matt.
Guys, we have a game in DFW. Joey Gatewood beaten out by Bo Nix. They bring him in near the goal line. First quarter touchdown for Gatewood. Now 21-20 on ABC.
Wow. Cole, how did you see that Auburn quarterback race playing out?
I thought Bo Nix would get it. You're talking about a guy, if there was ever someone with the DNA to step in and play quarterback as a true freshman, Bo Nix would be that guy. He's been raised by a quarterback in his household every day of his life. He's wearing the same number at the same school his dad did it, and obviously competed at a very high level in high school, whether it's the Elite 11, the Under Armour All-American game, the opening. I thought Bo Nix would win the job because I thought he'd be able to handle it. Neither one of them had a lot of
God damn it.
experience. Now, Joey Gatewood gives you a bigger, more physical guy who can hurt you in short yardage situations, like you heard Matt Berry said he just did when he punched it in. I think Bo Nix a little more accurate, probably a guy that just understands the game a little bit more, and he's seen more. Joey Gatewood wasn't even the full-time starter in high school, guys. So I thought Bo Nix would get it, but Joey Gatewood does bring a little bit of a different dimension. Not surprised to see he was going to get reps. Gus Malzahn told me a couple weeks ago, both guys would play in that game.
Bo Nix 9-23 for a $124 touchdown and 2 picks tonight as Gus Malzahn has taken over play calling duties full time now. Sole driver of the Gus Bus. 3:20 and counting. Still interested parties in this one with Georgia up 21. One-on-one coverage down.
God damn it!
Looks his way, gives him a signal. Looking for a highlight.
Motherfucker. I'm getting tired of this thing.
Incomplete. James Coley's eyes
This damn
lit up.
piece of shit.
I mentioned the Instagram post that showed the incredible catch of George Pickens in practice.
Motherfucker.
Did you guys see that? And he goes, it's one of like 9 or 10 every week. Fromm wants to have this one back.
Oh, I'm about to just freaking. Oh my God.
Pickens game. You gotta miss that one high. You gotta give him a chance.
Everything ain't going my damn
Ball.
way.
He saw what I did. I was just a little audible. Looked over, gave Pickens a signal, took a shot. And now second and 10. Fromm going the opposite way. Same goal, but incomplete. A little bit of chatter.
Yeah, he's letting him hear a little bit.
DC Williams.
I'll be right back. I apologize.
College with the coverage.
You know, Tom, you mentioned the physical capability of George Pickens. If you saw his dad at Vanderbilt High School out of Birmingham, Alabama, and the and one dunk show that he put on.
Guys, I am so sorry.
Wouldn't be overly
surprising that his son, also named George Pickens, was able to do some similar things. This Pickens is a brother who was in the CFL after a career as a defensive back at Arkansas State. Talented family. Demetrius Robinson in motion. 3rd and 10. Fromm floats it. Robinson coming back for it. And that'll set up 4th down with the clock running. And one of the nation's most reliable kickers on to extend the lead.
Tell you what, maybe they played stingy this second half. Georgia's had some opportunities, but hasn't been able to cash in anything in the first half.
Blankenship didn't miss from inside 30 last year. This is just outside of it at 31. And that means a lot to many. Georgia takes a 24-point lead with 2:13 to go. Kirby's visor is out of the danger zone.
There's still 2 minutes left. Visors not out of the woods yet.
Who's done more damage to visors, Spurrier or Smart?
Well, you mentioned that they're different. Spurrier would just chuck it. Kirby just grabs that thing and wants to break it in half.
The Smart family's got a new puppy at home. You wouldn't be surprised to know that it has a Georgia connection, a hunting dog that comes from the lineage of a great hunting dog of its own right. The name of that one? Ert Russell, the longtime Georgia defensive coordinator who was so tough he would headbutt his own players until his head bled. They were wearing helmets. Russell wasn't.
They don't make them like that anymore.
No. And that 1980 Georgia team, the last to win a national championship.
I'm so sorry, guys.
It's tough to fill out a complete report card.
I'm just aggravated with the dang phone charger.
Seems like
and
all
the
A's
freaking
right now
damn,
for Georgia. Can they replicate this down the road in future games against better opponents? So Vandy will change quarterbacks with 2:13 left. Deuce Wallace out of Sevier County High School. Same high school as Dolly Parton. He's a scratch golfer. He spent a year away from this program, or a semester at least. He was working out with JP Arancibia and other guys back in the Knoxville area to try and stay finely tuned. Former Smoky Bear from Sevierville. He last played with 4 games in relief from Kyle Shermer a couple of seasons ago. That's what I'm talking about. Here's Jamari Wakefield. We met with both Vandy quarterbacks, Neal and Wallace, yesterday, and it seemed like a very friendly competition in that quarterback room.
Yeah, it was, and I've been in those competitions at every level, and that was my question. How's your guys' relationship on and off field? It did great. A lot of times you get some animosity. Obviously, everyone's a competitor. They want to play, but good friends on the field. They hang out 2 or 3 times a week as well. I wish we would have seen Deuce a little earlier. He's a talented kid. He's got a strong arm, mobile, knows this offense. I wish maybe 2 drives ago, 8, 9 minutes, some significant time.
Personal foul, face mask, number 25 on the defense. 15 yards to the attitude in the run.
Mitchell Pryor with the carry.
Wanted to see what he could do, running the football, in meaningful time. I think this quarterback position still has a lot to be desired.
They get Purdue next. Purdue a late lead in their action late last night. Again, Mitchell Pryor. And against Purdue, as far as the Georgia schedule is concerned, home against Murray State, and then Arkansas State.
Are you there, Tina?
3rd week of September, Notre Dame is in town. And on the slant, they're able to pick up a 1st down. So what's interesting, conference game, Georgia will continue its winning streak in the SEC by knocking off Vandy, and then they can they can just kind of cruise and wait for that big one against Notre Dame. Wide open on the out route. And another deep down. Deuce Wallace looks pretty good throwing the football.
He's talented. He's got a good arm. 19 there. Chris Pierce is a big body receiver. Haven't quite seen the production that you maybe learned out of that guy, but I think this quarterback competition is going to be ongoing. I honestly do. I think there's a good chance next week at Purdue to obviously Riley Neal to start the game again, but the leash is much shorter.
Riley going back to Indiana. Never played at Ball State. He's a Muncie guy. And incomplete little shove at the no flag. Tyreek Stevenson. I know it's way early, but why not start it? How would you handicap Georgia and Notre Dame?
I mean, again, until I see anybody that can neutralize this offensive line, Notre Dame's not going to have the size that some of the other teams in the SEC will. They're going to be good up front. They absolutely will be. But right now, when you can lean on guys the way Georgia can, and in your back pocket, you still have one of the best quarterbacks in the country. But you might not have to use him until you absolutely have to. That's dangerous.
Deuce Wallace on the move. Throws on the run and finds the ball.
The Notre Dame will bring good defensive in-depth. They lost Jerry Tillery and two other defensive tackles are heavy in the rotation this season to go. So the middle of that defense will be very different. I'm intrigued to see that Notre Dame offense, though, because you're not inserting in Book a couple weeks into the season, Jordan. It's his deal. So Ryan Kelly can kind of build it around him a little bit more. And I expect it to have a few different wrinkles that suit his game a little bit better than last season.
3rd and 10, Vandy has yet to score a touchdown in this one. On the run. And it falls incomplete. And Deuce Wallace got chased down by Adam Anderson. It's tough as a quarterback when your game is your mobility and the outside linebacker is faster than you.
It's not fair.
No, it is not fair at all.
It's really not.
Hard seltzer there. 30-6 Georgia with the lead. Jamari Wakefield for Vanderbilt being taken off the field on a cart. Not a good sign. Wallace begging for this. Gets it on 4th down. And incomplete. Vandy will turn it over on downs. Bigger concern is Wakefield for this Vanderbilt team.
Tina, are you there?
Back behind Keyshawn Vaughn. Vanderbilt, more than 7 touchdown underdogs tonight. Would have taken a Herculean effort to knock off the 3rd-ranked team in the country. But next week is a very winnable game against Purdue. For a Vandy team that has been teetering on bowl eligibility over the last few years, that's almost a must-win game for them on the road.
Absolutely. When you play it, and I did those non-conference games, get 3 or 4 of those at most. I mean, that's how you make.
I apologize, guys.
At least from a talent perspective, most Saturdays in the SEC.
My phone was about to die, and I had to get my other extension cord, and it didn't do right, and I was frustrated.
Jake Fromm will take it.
I apologize, guys.
On this one. Georgia with another win against the SEC East. It was a 14-0 lead after the first quarter, and the Dogs a little bit quieter offensively second half, but still dominating. This will be their 20th win in the last 23 season openers.
Well, Georgia won. Tina, Georgia won.
The Bulldogs in the SEC opener, behind Kirby Smart, a dominating run game, take a 30-6 victory over Vanderbilt. They averaged 8.1 yards a carry, 7.5 yards per play. Georgia dominates. So for Coach Jubilik and Jordan Rogers, I'm Tom Hart saying so long from Nashville. Let's get you to Memorial.
I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.
Tom, thank you very much. 7-0 your story, USC at opening.
Peter Pan, that's what they call on me. I promise that you'll never be lonely. Be the fam that's